This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
I am Bibi Akwaba and Fambra Boadu TV so. Na unim say NPP phobia shall say che anwa. Oh yes, our commission I shall say che anwa. Sa anwa boy den. Eti o ma shall say che anwa se na be ama for better mom. And wo hu ye friend is nkremofo buta na ye de NPP ya cha ho start tell hon every day say politics ni ye ne wura ba bia o enye izin na Kevin Taylor afire their farm. Oh yes, Kevin there's only Mr. Woden under there some. Afi Cynthia Mamle Morrison Agona West. Yes, Agona West. Agona West parliamentary candidates independent. Since you also independent or no crack can be in a parliament in the yes, no one people is was switched up independence. Now saya say vote would declare and this 2020 no 3,000 people. Oh 3,000 per intino wa shede twantro de ato NDC peace no so masisi o masesa nipa na ogina 2020 no mode new one aba and I say ono so ko independence and NPP so nya candidate eti ho ebeyere papa na US for sene Ghana caution bi kokobobi na ni nyina ne se empanyefo no so ka ho se mo ye Ghana basa galamse ba na mo ye Ghana basa ka galamse mo nyai na mo yo mane basa mo toto man na se bo a wonka se wote Ghana ntino o ma wo US dabi na letter no Kevin Taylor be me aboyebe no na wachire mu ankasa yes eti yenkoti Kevin
always say I'm one person when it comes to a year religion a different politics I'm in India. Now for Bawumia to go and take a sticker they got buta, it's one of the biggest insults to the religion, and we have to be very careful how NPP for we air campaign. The desperation in the eyes of the NPP is too much. The disregard for Onyankopon, the respect yenina ye woma Onyankopon, the way a NPP for disrespect everything because of power. The desperation in the eyes of the NPP, the desperation in the eyes of Bawumiano, and then and these clowns. We have to be very careful about it. It's getting too much now, to the point whereby Buta they are sorry, in Krimufor they are sorry, Bawumiano and Kofa Komasalachi at the almost take a kotaratari Buta home, a force. And Debbia Metnahaka may say you can do everything in politics, I don't care. But the moment you try to infuse religion, I would the religion better than for in politics, no, you start to get me pissed off. And these are some of the things I don't want to see. Bawumia has denigrated the Islamic religion. Every single thing I knew about unim sanka ose nipa it to me protect your friend who say Nkrebonino. Mahamudu Bawumia has denigrated the Islamic religion. Right now, with to me the aye ne nkwasi asem ne nonsense ne wura masalachi. Or the Ramos Kolachi and a Okomos Kolachi a enkofo eye den eye salano butana ye de ye salano and ende omodi omstika taratare ho e was sala masalachi. E dey asem no. Because when you go to Masalachi, you have to understand. So, a campaign cross or tia says, I had here. Now, the NPP, you know, I don't know what is wrong with them. I don't know what is wrong with Bawumia. I don't know why he thinks that he can use the religion. Or bet to me, or bet to me, I say, or someone to favor himself. I just don't know what Bawumia wants. And it worries me a lot because, so what share. Sibia deliberately every single day. I'm a person who didn't cremosum echuchi form. Egu kremofuen ni mase. Egu chief imam ni mase. The desperation is too much. What is all this? I was so embarrassed when I saw this. You cannot untumi nyesadi way. Whoever is behind this, South, I say the I have for not South. This person. Kremoni or ahafo no South be also to tiasa nipa we. Aden, for all you know, sa gentleman here all contest for ahafo no South seat no. For all you know, on moon kremofo mpo on respecting kremofo. Sa gentleman we okofa ono na sorry dem Bible a sticker kotare chire obedi di watem say adan umbu na asori ana. And so because of politics, these filthy ones, these foolish ones, these ones who think say because of power until see a go be say such a young man disrespecting Inkremosum. Why? How? Why are we allowing this to happen in Ghana? Why are we allowing these young people to take this almost dirty politics this low? Why is this happening? Why is nobody speaking? We should not go this low. And how desperate the NPP is. How akumsin onam krum onam jom and oche anwa oil, cooking oil. Do you see the disrespect? How akumsin Kaswa Grace Jones. Just say I just want you see Jimmy into a cover anwa and the Bawumia stick at Tarahu. And a ochanwa munya gwanko tomame and no kwake can go so be shedun so guno na wenyam rante ne maba wadi ne chi adan ya kochangwa magana for kaswa dwom na o mato abama muwe na muwe akọ parliament muwe akọ parliament Ministry of Special Initiative be share nsa muwe ne nam Ghana ne num kankan entumi anya de papa bia diska Ekufuado yere Ekufuado ba jankroma ambulance deal eye muwe na de man ba no Muwe to Ghana so or fisheries ministry on a handle. Muwe to Ghana twituo aboni patuo ema muwe and the nipa sa dini muwe chi. Muwe na nipa dine chi ye nitua se obotuo na mo maamefo amudi ne chi eye hawa kumsi na mo bananka hawa kumsi bodi timutua. Anka mo kwasi anka mo bedi hawa kumsi ne chi se onante na onche just cooking oil. Cooking oil and the Bawumia stick at Taron said J Nekotuaba. Near Guyana. Ye Mwana, ye Jimmy. Send a mama NPP for who Ghana for. Na mama mu when and I'm castle the dinkwasi asam. Or to me, general say yes, when I boat to no. Now mu way the one and I'm Ghana adia no near Kufuado Chimpana. No Obutu table so my sachi the other Taradechi inti Mama Yan come mu way asam. Eme da ho te Ghana ende ema nipa da ho di eye muwe chi se owura parliament. See how they have lowered our politics. Into moto about 2016 2020 no went na moto aba Ghana for moko sala say MPP mra no san kwase ade we na we have the boys, we have the men, we have the women no sa muwe mu na moko se sa mo ba ye so mo beji na we di nyansa no mo mo de betu abo Ghana omo di musika gina $58 million akoto amena wakofa angwa 1 liter abra o say gina koto aba. That alone should tell you say sa mu we na na how a kaswan how akumsi no ombumu mposa mu yedipa na yenya mbayewa enketesia mbrantie no mudi mu we chi say yenkocha anwa no montomaye. For a politician to pick cooking oil and say metumi the cooking oil we abadwom na nipa bi beje ato amame no na one sa politician no ohumu amu adwom ho nyina so mo agimi. I'm telling you na mo amu adwom ho no ohumu nyina mo say sa anwa na odema mo no esom mo echen mo amabrabo esom bo chen mo mma esom mo echen eye den ayare sabia papa wo benya esom mo echen wankasa wo kra na ese sa mu we no ombu mu amu kasoa ohumu se mo agimi because obomutu a mo beje anwa ato abama no ade chine akoto aba na muwe ebotu a ye beje de asa akoto ama ne say mu bedi eso for 8 years na ntwie we apo edi nkwase asem e wo kaso abedu ha nne e ma nde wenya akukuduru akotam anwa say mecheche anwa say mecheche anwa wudi a obewu anwa oil a wudi a obewu no eno na ende hawa kumsin ede mamo say monjina monto aba ma no adan a 1 liter anwa 1 liter. Now, there's something very important we need to talk about, and it's got to do with Bawku. And this Bawku issue is a very sensitive issue. I don't want us to skip. Now, Bawku, and we all know, and I just want to say this. In Ghana, more history, especially more the history of the northern region, more archives. Majority of you know. And the truth behind this Bawku conflict. You all know. Yani sa But abakwa sama ya bekenkan any how you follow your politics abedru ndeno. We all know when you go to Bawku, those who are wrong and those who are right. And the people who live in Bawku, the people who basically are the indigents of Bawku no omuni momo. So all that is happening, we all understand to say it has its own political twist to it. And we need to be honest to each other. We need to basically speak the truth. And no one betumi ama a peace about Bawku. The way we are handling Bawku issue, no, and the way some politicians, especially this government, handle Bawku issue, no, it is becoming so bad to the point whereby Bawku for Ghana for they are deliberately being suppressed because some political hands and also some people who have political power, they believe say Bawku for nyina benya peace there. Some group of people should have the peace and should have the power and should be equipped and should be weaponized to frustrate and depress and basically kick some citizens and our indigents out of their land. At the end of the day, we are all Ghanaians, and we need to be very careful the way I handle Bawku issue, especially this NPP government under Boadu and Bawumia.
Make sure there is peace in Bawku and surrounding areas.
So these are the words of the former president, John Dramani Mahama. And as some men oka, na asem nyina oka ne say, eye ensama esi Bawku no. Opa eye Ghana for chow, especially omwa omote Bawku omo Ghana for. Opa omo chow pa say, so we Ghana ni na ote Bawku kwadia. John Dramani Mahama is saying he pleads with you. We all know the AC of Bawku. We all know how deliberately some politicians, especially in this government, are doing everything possible to make sure say some people are suppressed on their own mother's land. No? John Mahama is saying, say, Mumba ye making sure say, as citizens and as indigents of Bawku, no, we all have to have patience for each other. And this say a amount for political ambition. Their motive, which is evil, to divide us and to kill us. Because what is happening in Bawku, a straightforward political influence, and a Emma Bawku foni bi nipa omote Bawku ebi ku omunuanom eku omoyerenom eku omomba. It is because the government of the day, they have taken a stand. That stand, is not actually helping the people of Bawku. And these are the kind of statements we need. And the Menoka say, yes, nipa over 15 and omowu Bawku. The president of the republic has not spoken. The vice president, who is from that part of this country, has not spoken. And this is not the first time this is happening. When they started going after the people of Bawku, and let me be honest here, I am not going to take sides in this matter. That is why from the beginning of my statement, I say, in Penifo around Bawku, the history of Ghana, you know the truth behind this Bawku conflict. You people know the truth behind this conflict. You people know that there are some things it is influence, a political influence, a straightforward politics. Government of the day is involved in making sure say peace, I afraid peace. Enkwarane emrewa ene embayua ene yema minimum Bawku. The government of the day wants to take that peace away for all these people at the end of the day to be killed. And that is my focus. My focus is for people in Bawku to understand, to say, we should not allow a politician to come in to suppress and kill the other person for others to feel happy. And who is going to be happy when your brother is dead, when your sister is dead? But the real history is that in Penifo amuwo srim, in Penifo amuwo Bawku, in Penifo amu nyina amuwo Ghana history. Munim where this Bawku conflict is coming from. And if we are ready to solve it in more than 24 hours, the Bawku conflict will be solved. But the problem is that there are some people in this government who don't want the problem to be solved because of their personal interests. When you go to Bawku, you are NDC for and you are NPP for. when you go to Bawku, you want to more NDC, anyone can more NPP. You want to inquire more NPP, anyone can more NDC. Bawku itself is made up of Ghanaians. Let us get something straight. What is happening right now? The NPP trying to nullify a group of people in Bawku, and it is bad. And let us be fair to ourselves. The kind of attention this government is giving to the Bawku conflict, the kind of attention the president is giving to this Bawku conflict, the kind of attention the vice president is giving, you could see they care less about what is happening, because in their head, some people that they are on their side are winning the battle. And we as a people, we have to at the end of the day understand the say yen to mean jina e kobi echi emane suppressi kobi in the name say obi wa abamu, somebody is in power. So no matter what, some people are supposed to take over the place. Every single soul in Bawku is a Ghanaian, and that is the most important thing we all need to understand. Every single soul in Bawku is a Ghanaian first before Bawku. So why are we allowing politicians to infiltrate? Now, look at this. My mention at the Kudientia. A Bawku issue a very scary. Now, full text. Bawku Naba blames Akufo-Addo Bawumia for renewed conflicts. And these are not easy or weak words. The overlord of Bawku, the Bawku Shanensa, Bawku Wura, we be na no atro krata se eye Akufo-Addo ene Bawumia ene shen tokwanichi. This is serious. Why should it get to this point? Why should it get to this place? I don't care about the tribal fashion, but my issue is, why should politicians go in there and because of the little power they have, they want some of their brothers and sisters who voted for them to be killed, to die, or because they feel that their party, their power will force some people to bow to some people? Now, the overlord of Bawku is saying, the conflict, the renewed conflict, Nipa Ewu Bawku no, the overlord is saying, Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, they are the ones behind the killings in Bawku, and this is dangerous. This is dangerous because when an overlord, the chief of a place, the recognized chief of a place, a chief who everybody recognizes, says, a president and his vice are behind conflict, then we have to be careful. We have to be careful because it can escalate. It can get to a point whereby we will not be able to stop what is going on. I care about the young people of Bawku. I care about the women. I care about the children. I care about lives. I don't care about the political parties in Bawku. The people of Bawku know what is good for them. The elders at Bawku, they know who owns Bawku land, who is supposed to lead Bawku land, who is supposed to be in charge of Bawku land. So why are we making this so complex? Why are we making this so difficult? Why are we making this so tough for simple lives to be saved? Why is it so complicated? And I ask Bawumia, what does Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, what did they get from this? Mamka Vincho. Bawku Naba is not far from the truth. You know why? Because you see, near to Kromha, and Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo catch Ghana for say, or starting a tour, or starting a tour with Ghana. Now you see the conflict na yisino. Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, he stays in Greater Accra region. So Akufo-Addo is starting a tour. You expect Akufo-Addo to start his tour. Say Bawumia, say campaigner, also started tour no the closest region, either from his stronghold, the Ashanti region, or from the Greater Accra region, or from his own region, or even regions closer to him. But the funny thing is, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, what he did was that because he had an agenda, because he knew what he was doing, because he wanted to go up there and set the traps before he leaves. Because to me, I believe Akufo-Addo is starting the tour now. He actually went up there to go create an impression and to put something in some people's head. They say, you people, the land is for you, and that anybody who comes here, destroy them, we will protect you. And that is the reason why Akufo-Addo say, starting the tour now, today, Akufo-Addo begins tour of Savannah, Northern and Northeast region today. Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo was starting the tour of Upper East. And why the reason why he started his tour from there, and they say he wanted the people there who are not people who want peace, he went there to assure them, say, whatever they are doing, whatever make them believe, say, they can take over Bawku, they can basically take over the place, he went there to assure them that they can do what they want to do. That is why after he left there, the conflict started. Because the idea is that the president always goes to places, stoke fire, goes there, builds some kind of tension and walks away. And that is why Ekufuado said, Oyato, Oko Upper East, Biem. So, Wakojina baby yeto fufro, because the idea, the agenda was that Sa Esrohono, they wanted to give it to some particular group of people. I'm not here to draw tribal lines, but I'm here to make sure, say, every Ghanaian who is up there and calling himself or herself Ghanaian is protected. That is my priority here. I don't care where this person is coming from, which tribe this person is with. We all know the history of Bawku. The people in Bawku, the people in the north, the historians in Ghana, they all know the history of Bawku, and they know who are the rightful owners of Bawku land. It is not my job to come and tell the people who already know the truth, El Bawku, who owns the land of Bawku. Inti Nana Addo Dankwa Ekufuado is the one who started this. He went up there and he went to meet people and told them, say, this is what you need to do. You see, some people have been weaponized in Bawku. They have been given an idea that they can commit crime and walk. They can kill and walk. No consequences as far as the NPP is in power. That is why some people, because the only solution from this government, every time there's conflict in Bawku, is that there's curfew. Oh, we have placed curfew. So whoever has murdered anyone, whoever has deliberately killed a Ghanaian, that person walks free. And that is the only thing they do to protect criminals who have been given the weapons to fight their brothers and sisters. So you will see the interior minister will come and say, oh, Bawku, we have put a curfew in place. If you put curfew in place, that does not mean you have solved the problem. People are killing people, and we know the people killing the people. There are people who have seen people who are not supposed to have weapons, people who are being weaponized. We know their names. Why is the ministry refusing to make sure, say, some people have been arrested? They don't arrest. All that they do is that curfew. They will put a curfew down. After 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they will lift the curfew. These people will come back again. They will kill again. They will go back into their hole, and then they will come and say curfew. You cannot build a place like that. That is why when the Bawku Naba said that Bawku people wanted their own region, I supported the man, because it is important that he also gets to know that this is my territory. This is my region. This is my territory. If anybody comes into my territory to commit any crime, I will know who entered my territory to commit a crime. So for that man, when JM went to the north, John Mahamaka said, Bawku Nabaka said, we will love if you can consider. The man did not even demanded. He was saying, if you can consider, when you become president, can you look into it if Bawku can be its own region? And I think that the man had a reason for saying that. That is why today he's saying that Bawumia and Ekufuado are the ones behind the killings in Bawku. Is it not sad that people are being murdered, shot point blank? The president of the republic, over 72 hours, he has decided not to make a statement. And now the interior ministry, the president needs to speak before the interior ministry. The president needs to speak before the interior ministry, because the interior minister needs to brief the president for the president to speak to the nation before the interior ministry takes action. Why is the interior ministry going ahead of the president? Why is the vice president refusing to speak on the issue? Because they are the ones who orchestrated this. So I support the Bawku Naba. I support him 100%. It's about time we started looking into trying to make Bawku independent, having their own region, and the chief being the overlord. If there's a minister there, that's fine, but at least they will know their territories. They will know that our land goes all the way to this place, and this is where our boundary ends, and nobody can penetrate, and this person cannot penetrate. This is the only way that we can solve the conflict in Bawku. I am not going to sit here, because when you go to Bawku, your NPP for Your NDC for her, your CPP for her, your KKK for her, your PPP for her. So I will not sit here and say this one, but I'm blaming the government of the day because of their actions, because of the president's actions, because of the vice president's actions, because of their consistent stoking of fire, because the president, the Bawku Naba, has even made it clear that they are the ones behind it. Why do we have to allow these people to lead Ghana again? I didn't say allow na Bawku. Ye jai Ekufuado, ye sadi Ghana she Ekufuado the same. Do you know what the Ekufuado and Bawumia would do if we allow them to rule again? Because now that they are in power, we have the power to change them. Today, Menewo as a Ghanaian, we have the power to change bad leadership. If we allow bad leadership to have roots, if they now get to a point where they feel so comfortable in killing, like now they feel so comfortable in killing and feeling honored about it, we will get to a point they will kill every single Ghanaian and laugh about it. So these are very important issues. Peace is very important. Like John Mahama said, we all have to make sure there's peace in Bawku. We have to protect the little peace, protect the children, protect the women, protect the people, the indigents, protect every single Ghanaian on the land, and make sure say peace prevails. It's very important. Now, I've been seeing this story on social media. This lady called Cynthia Morrison. And they say Cynthia Morrison and the campaign has been attacked, and that some gunmen have gone there to shoot guns around and all that. And she came out to say there was no direct attack, no shots were fired at my vehicle. My campaign will continue uninterrupted by the parliamentary commotion. Now let me tell you people something. Cynthia Morrison, or you're one bloody liar. NPP as a political party, you don't have to trust them. Now, Agona West. On a normal day, and cause or Hinibia Agona West to me kasa say sa NPP way between Cynthia Morrison and yet the NPP candidate, you know, nobody should vote for them because all the chaos we are seeing in Agona West is coming from the NPP. All the chaos we are seeing in Agona West is coming from Cynthia Morrison, who is an NPP person, and then the NPP parliamentary candidate. They are chaotic. These are people who will destroy Agona West. So I am shocked. Sorry, Agona West. I am shocked to say Ahemfo Akasia in Penufo Agona West, they are still entertaining Cynthia Morrison and the NPP parliamentary candidate. Why are you entertaining them? Because they could say these two political parties. Why are you not telling the people that these two parties, free abemu and free parliamentary, we will not progress as a people? Into Agona West forum, I don't know even why they are still sitting and waiting. This lady is one corrupt, greedy bastard. Mami we are na catch Ghana for say NDC parliamentary candidate 2020 na and obianim so better than her no. Mami we go catch court the NPP court they say man ni person kuno. This lady, she's a liar. She's a thief. And into on one the political party cramp on say I mean because she is one person na no ya 10. And they also who in master I saw brewa. Cynthia Morrison pictures no be used no. Who in real life on yes I know you. Why is that watching no nam the age no any no you'll be shocked. I saw brewa get away not or the funu. Cynthia Morrison ne profession no Agona West for the in the chid odin kwasi asem no she's no better candidate. In fact, so Agona West, why would you even sit there? A party that is ready to come and rule you, they cannot even put their home in place. They cannot even be peaceful. The NPP cannot even sit and say we are NPP. We want to organize ourselves. Now muko come to me at the Agona West, Cynthia Morrison, NPP ni we are. What are they going to do to you? Into M1 say ahemfo Agona West. Now enkwasiade we koso because some of our chiefs have become too political. Cynthia Morrison, my main country, she's hell bent on going to parliament again. COVID-19 sick and Cynthia Morrison, man, almost 130,000, 1.3 billion old Ghana old discanina. COVID-19 started, you know. On any idea, Diana man say on Chediania or Jessica D. Cynthia Morrison, or so because jail. She knows that when power changes, she will come and account for a COVID-19 sickano. So what she's doing in the say, on him say NPP co-position into opposite or try everything possible and stay in parliament. And nitina chinchina also co-independent because sikana wewiano Cynthia Morrison kwa around 1.5 billion COVID-19 sika ODA this lady. So ask yourself, a dear Panama Cynthia Morrison can say, I'll go independent. When we sika on him say NPP echo position, she knows that Ojina NPP ticket she will lose. So she wants to try and see say Sikana we are no or better they are called independent. No we need sa seats no. And anytime I catch Agona West for say the two NPP guys, Cynthia Morrison NPP new. Oko go moa omuhunu so NPP ni or comfort is a kufuado. NPP parliamentary candidates, or this Cynthia Morrison, they are the same kind of disease. Cynthia Morrison, or a diabolic, or try to obi so because the panic contest, on Sunday or say, oh, obi be body too. Cynthia Morrison, obey to me, I created the scene. Cynthia Morrison, NPP parliamentary candidate, I'm about to match a creative scene way. I'm imagining say, Agona West there, Cynthia Morrison will be penekuno, obi am penekuno or bois. Cynthia Morrison is a liar, and she wants to read and enter the head of Agona West youth, young people, now time to me the man, not in parliament, also accountability because COVID-19 sika no o dibe 1.5 billion Cynthia Morrison we and then at that parliament on person be free. And then at that parliament Cynthia Morrison we person be free parliament. Now Cynthia Morrison already MP no be new order that. Next one prime minister will lose. I don't know more bisonko. It is because she's guilty, she's a criminal, and now she's creating things for you people to believe. I don't care whether it was true or not, but this lady from her records, I know she is lying. Cynthia Morrison is a liar. It may be Agona West in here. Make say you know something. Cynthia Morrison kwako parliament ni enya no so mfaso bia. Jimmy na o masa yi no so ono so enya no so mfaso. Mumieru na mo ya cowboys movies ewo Agona West there. Mom park mu bibi. Ni from NDC for because this is the situation. Oh Agona West NDC will win presidential. NDC will be majority. Now when your opportunity and that the whole Ghana will be able to John Mahama be winning. NDC be winning majority. When your opportunity, that's it. When your NDC candidate or the John Mahama Ebeko Parliament, and the John Mahama Edin Komama put you about Edin Akoto MPP. Because the MPP candidates, they don't even know what they want. They are killing each other. Inti Gomwa Agona West ni bene ni munyansa. Obeso raka se mekoto abama ayede Cynthia Morrison. Ede no ye wa Agona West. We not the dafunu we. Not the dafunu. Ne djuma no oye undertaker. Ye jiminti politics ye jimi yenti. Ofu ibia sore ani atam to me near the amano. Inti omu test to me then they don't want to live it because in their life they were not expecting to taste that kind of power. Now who Cynthia Morrison oba no bi ni ho. So obi na obetu no. Now den the two also their own because the money. Ekufu ade beka the money under the table. Omo wie sika abokro no suro so meko jail. Onya parliamentary immunity we oye wi. She dey bore me past anything else. We oye kromfo he. Unsa Cynthia Morrison jina baby isu and opede oye me dey opede o me dey oboa. Cynthia Morrison she can create this scene. Mrs. Cynthia Morrison try and throw to NDC former parliamentary candidate so because now elections near close. Mr. S, Mr. P, get me the numbers. Get me the 2020 parliamentary numbers. Now me fan check Ghana for. Now me check Ghana for Cynthia Morrison. Oh, Agona West now to man wase waba. MPP ni no otuma na wase waba. Omwe Jimmy they are playing on your mind. Cynthia Morrison who say the gentleman in 2020 no the numbers are opulu wa Agona West no she knew she could not beat the gentleman or NDC ni no. So what she did was that she deliberately said say or person ko independent. Now independent person ko nyina say onim say enya dia into what she did was that or the NPP police NPP CID and o catch almost say abrante na bokro no into omo meche no na onim de o kan o catch almost say abrante so obeku no. That is the same thing. Adiachia lady over catch say MPP parliamentary candidate person okuno. That's her agenda. That is how she does her politics. Mr. P, Mr. S, get me Agona West numbers and get me the publication of Cynthia Morrison using state security to frame the former NDC parliamentary candidate up. Get me those two documents, Mr. S, Mr. P. Now, I'm show how this woman works. As Zambian said, that's what she does. or Machiavellian tactics and one oye. And you got Machiavellian tactics are or say so no about because hey in so no asabe dum wa so ni so obi na me ye that do ya no etu we ni ade onim hubi onim ni nyina on NPP ni no they created this. It is a study na de bia obusan say na de ne be ma ba you person ko independent enye independent ko na ye de do. That is how she is. Oh Agona West for so mo jimi and we using I saw the funu into no efunu so Bawku ni hwinim into no uwe enfa no hu o twa toms asem to so enka no or you undertaker we odeda funu we odeda funu no about politics him. Mr. Yes, Mr. P, get me before I move forward. Thank you very much, team. Thank you, team. Get me the publication too. Mr. P, get me the publication. I'm a fan of Ghana for at the Cynthia Agona West, no. Omunim I was NDC winning. I'm sure. This is Agona West. Thank you, team. Agona West presidential parliamentary candidate. NDC and NPP. Okay? Cynthia Morrison in 2020 onya 30,513. NDC nina or the assembly told us to say NDC nina person kuno. And as some false accusations, any false confessions, you know, NDC nina 27,000. On him set 3,000, you know. That guy will win in 2024. It what Cynthia Morrison did was oko police war and the NPP police no oko frame me as some to NDC nina so. And the NDC were forced to change their candidates. Cynthia Morrison was a cromfo or plemo or somewhere Jimmy. So this was the real numbers. Won't see how close it is. And this is 27,000 and okay after manipulations, after frustrating and shooting people and snatching ballot boxes. No, she got 30,000. And this is friend Paulo Foriamwana and 27,000. Cynthia Morrison, you election and also a brand 10% kuno on them brand TV baby, and they forced the case on the gentleman. They forced it on some young men, and the Ghana Police Service said, yeah, we person Cynthia Morrison into any so could be. That is her tactics. On say 40 days near Kotwaba, also be Boadu too. Sanotie. Now, my main show story. No, thank you very much, team, for bringing this story. Every time we are close to an election, Cynthia Morrison will create a story about this year, or a diabolic politician. Oh, Agona West for so much Jimmy. I'm sure real moon story into the piano Chamontro. Cynthia Morrison so nipa. This is the story. Story of the two Abrante Wilson. Abrante with the year 27,000 2020. No. Agona West NDC parliamentary candidate charged over alleged plot to kill Cynthia Morrison. And why elimination by rough tactics? No, yini free mu. So na oyi Abrante ni free mu no. Na odwin say oba air primaries we be easy amano. And na NPP for na so born tactics no mu yi no. Also on tiase. That is what we are going through at Agona West. At the fufuro bi enu assembly nyina no. Cynthia Morrison go try and throw to Abrante we so and on my Ghana police dan pare ekochi Abrante we and NDC for some problem. Abrante we Cynthia Morrison ekeka some to no say opeso de bia pese kuno on de ne dia no on ne tactics ano no de bia pese kuno obetwa intro to so sisia into 27,000 Abrante we nya no o say on tiase Abrante pese kuno Ghana police so de wonim say dodo na jimi. Some of them are very foolish. Dan pare group no how foolish they are. They are foolish. And I'm sorry, yeah, because they could for the police. And while I'm coaching Abrante we, hey, you're so good Cynthia Morrison. You say you're coaching Abrante me nubi. Omunyina confess say so omo musika 5,000 Ghana into acho. This is the nonsense happening. This is the nonsense we are dealing with as a nation. These people in government, they are foolish. They take the people's rights from them. So who on earth or Agona West also called Thomas Cynthia Morrison? But you see, the NDC, they have equally been able to get a woman who is intelligent and smart than Cynthia Morrison. Now, Cynthia Morrison will say, any MPP for me, on MPP Nino, I'm come vote to grab on I'm to win 2 NDC Nino. And it is a fact to say NDC Nino will win the Agona West seat. Now, Cynthia Morrison was started from now onwards. Obeti a 2 obi penekuno, obi one in Yasekai, or the Obeya no. Agona West for any ahim for more. Why are you wasting your time? Because someone Morrison, any MPP from Kumu. That is what they do. It is best you people vote for the NDC candidate. Besides, if you have the NDC candidate, the poster, let me send it to me. Into unim Cynthia Morrison story nature. Obaji say, oh, oba we die, NDC, NPP for titino, onya she dabi. Don't think so. Remember why didn't you sad dark one day cry? Oh, Cynthia Morrison, I don't know NPP for titino. Cynthia Morrison, or you dangerous. Or the wubesha ukon. Or be create some ato so. Tim, do you have the woman's poster for me? The NDC woman who is contesting Cynthia Morrison, Agona West. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Mr. S. Now, this is the lady, NPP for no, because they know, say, the NDC is putting forward a very strong candidate. This lady is going to pull over 35,000 votes. Your friend, Ernestina Ofori Dangbe, or your indigent, a chromo free. Obi anya no answer or you're committed or you're selfless or respecting conform wo. She's willing to work with the NDC to bring development back to Agona West. But Cynthia Morrison no omo no ewudie ene ntwato so asa ene omo de Agona West for no. But say we are Agona West near, this is the route you have to go. Problem. Give it to the NDC. This woman is going to go work with John Mahama. Whatever John Mahama has said, Women's National Bank, Women's Bank, John Mahama agro processing, farmer service center, John Mahama first year tertiary institution, free first year student, John Mahama 24-hour economy. This woman is going to work with John Mahama to bring that development. John Mahama's infrastructure. John Mahama is talking about coding for young people. This woman is an NDC obey to me this John Mahama benefits in Abremo. What do you need? Because you cannot even vote for a party that is going to opposition. Why do you vote for an MP who is going to opposition? Or continue parliament to identify amount? Cynthia Morrison person rap parliament because with this car also we go jail. Or here parliamentary immunity. Vote for this lady. I am telling you, Agona West. At this point, say Agona West, I am for. This is the time you need to release a statement. Say, Mompe party, I'm here to trust some constituency. Until you don't expect any of your people to vote for a party that cannot keep its home clean. Because Agona West, NPP for the Chresa, Obu Kunipa. So why do you even sit there and listen to Cynthia Morrison, any NPP parliamentary candidate? You know, do you have a clean cut option, Mr. S? You have a clean cut option. Into Agona West for Moko Tuaba. Let me show you. This is how the ballot is going to look like. About parliamentary. This is how it's going to look like. Team, thank you very much. NPP Nino, your friend Christopher Atta. When we are for Cynthia Morrison was here or say Cynthia Mamle Morrison. The lady is in the middle. Chiniano no, fetim lady no box him. She led way na montuma led way because a branch in ananka or no person or na Cynthia Morrison go try trotto no so. Inti mo amotuma sa branch no. Someone down do NDC a montuma aye NDC ni no middle no. Aye friend Ernestina Ofori Dangbe na chiniano one nche no. Ono na wo so boto abanama no. Now more to 27,000 no. More moving got 35,000. That is how you win the seat. Cynthia Morrison obetwan trato susisia so peso kuno. One de oya no. Ne job, ne modus operandi no. Oh yeah, obeka so peso kuno. Oh yeah, obeka so oh and police if one on the side. Ghana police if one. Now, my menchire bibi munchire. Wo akwana oya NPP parliamentary candidate no. Oya Cynthia Morrison personal assistant PA. Oh, some people for Jimmy. Agona West for NPP Nina or no comma NPP no. Or no ne boss any Cynthia Morrison. Cynthia Morrison ni PA and then the all contest war the NPP flag so and Cynthia Morrison no air contest independent. Ye Jimmy ana. Ye mwana ye nimunyanza. Who walk to the ballot and vote for somebody whose boss is contesting him because Sir Christopher no ne boss ni Cynthia Morrison. Cynthia Morrison PA the personal assistant any MPP no. And Cynthia Morrison say or no ko independent. And on the personal assistant and me kwa my MPP. Mo jibi omo dada mo. Cynthia Morrison any star after way omo ye wifo omo ya kronfo. They are playing on your conscience. Omo nyina pe parliamentary immunity. They are thieves. Into a crowbase ni yes ade we. The NPP, they are foolish people. Cynthia Morrison, oh yeah, real. Christopher Arthur no ye Cynthia Morrison personal assistant. And as Cynthia Morrison is also independent, inti the personal assistant and contest ma NPP. Na eye sanko for me anyway, and almost say Bawku Bawku tu into Agona West. Dear pa the beka wa adwin se koto abama sanko asia for me anyway. NDC na o medal no. Omo no mobile power. John Mahama never power. So why do you waste your time on Cynthia Morrison and Kronvowi? Why should you even go waste for this vote for these people? Why do you even go vote for Cynthia Morrison and this fool? Cynthia Morrison is a personal assistant in a contesting. Now what skip NDC na eba power John Mahama na eba na obebesi schools no oba be change Agona West no na wakoto ma Kronfo meruwe Ghana for Agona West for but the numbers natural 2020 Cynthia Morrison upon a wie mu in some kind NDC near 27,600. This lady is representing your former candidate. This lady wants to work with John Mahama. Maami friend Ernest Noforia or Dan Finfino a Chindia one in channel or no was Agona West for Motomano. Very important. All right, thank you. Ministry of Education there to a country the Omoka. Now I say almost say Education Ministry set to meet with parents following serious concerns raised about changes to the academic calendar causing their children to rush through the curriculum. You see, Education Ministry say ejebo. Nanado dankwe kufuado. Mahamudu Bawumia kache Ghana for say ade a friend review. Ase kire say cancel. We mu me no mo Jimmy. And the abeto dwane say you see Education Ministry say oh. Eye awofo a omoma ewo free SHS no. Omo beso mu mu hia. Na awofo no kura beso mu hia. Adentra eye emre dodo a omoma edi wo school a sebio omo disua de no emre no sa amankwara no abon. In fact, sir, o calculated days and Korani do with school. The last group are you promote omona omudi 27 days with school. Curriculum nankasa book no man kind back okra and you promote omunyina the next stage. This is where we are. John Dramani Mahama from 2017 or catch Ghana for say the way the NPP government is implementing the free SHS now, it will destroy our education. It is going to take away the quality and internet and the schools be to say Bochemo LED science and math quiz no, it will take away the quality. Yeah, the kasachi. Yeah, they are against kasa. Boche, sorry. Boche. Kwa Bochemo ya that more the OGs more the OGs that. We the ask man on the pie. Ain't because school na say no. I don't know me pa but when then and the kusi if a japa kusi. Inti ni nyina say and the country education ministry for say omo person mu share awofo no na nka omo di anobabae ehwe se ne ometuma tenetene nyoma se ne be ya omo ma no benya more time wo school esua de aben ansa no makọ omanim every say ende okọ Ghana school ko nkratemu a free SHS no and the Kufuado Bawumia any country eye edutwum no the esi say encourage to be school 27 days per yesi promote omonko SS2 SS3 enti awofo de would say omonkora no omo bonsa momone John Mahama from 2017 catch the Ghana for catch the NPP aban catch the Okpo catch the Abozege catch the Napo na hwene se ahwene atete egu fom catch the omo say omo ma yentenas na yen review yen hwe schools ni ye na yen tutu nyama ye en na John Mahama kan review emu na Kufuado jimi we ko gina Kumase Bawumia jimi we ko gina Kumase ko ka kire menu anama santefo edi mokodi nkyene de otwen bini to so ka kire omo say review as a cancel and ye nyina etu di ekire and when amomba na say Mahamudu Bawumia and ne mba nyina hyedem o omadane American monsters omo hyedem ye yi omu mpia bontene Nanado Dankwa Kufuado ma wawo omo and Mick Mill ne de nsa wo bi. You need to understand say the NPP government they did not care about you. Kufuado any NPP for we they never cared about wo any wo ba. It was just politics. They just needed your vote. And in China, they be able to catch them say in some NPP eka school na say yetiabo they will say in Quran school no mukono. They are not learning anything. They are destroying their lives. Near tia say oh John Mahama mpe school no John Mahama mpe SHS na John Mahama mpe free SHS sa anka John Mahama si e-blocks was antimemu. John Mahama mpe free SHS sa anka Professor Nando Pokwajman and John Mahama almost see e-blocks around the nation. E-blocks no see no. Anka omudi mpreko de begwana se enkwara na beko school na enkwara na beko school and the teachers are much enkwara de senior high schools teachers no because syllabus na say nti enkorani ko class a e wo se almost sa obu books nyina de ko adentra they don't know the teacher who is coming. Omunim se science teacher na ebo se eye agric teacher na ebo se eye economics teacher na ebo omukwa teacher bia to me ba because they don't follow any curriculum. All that they do is they are going to the school like in Ponche. And we keep saying atakra many ampon sa kwase ampe yam for the Kufuadu oni ba obi ajimi we omo be say mo money future intended no enkorani ko school a eno ne so mo ko school no because first na ye wo SS no ye wo schedule wo ho yenim teacher over 7 a.m. yenim the over 9 a.m. yenim the over 12 a.m. 12 in noon yenim the over 1 p.m. yenim ni nyina yenim time be ko break and the school enkorani ko they don't have anything like that. Enkorani so one mu school omutewa mo expect science teacher beba no na a vocational skills teacher ba so they are not going by any rules, any curriculum, any direction. Enkorani gu school say moa inti de bia ka kire mo say sa na do danko ekufuado achichide we oni agimifo we they did not come to help you. They just came to destroy the lives of your kids. And the majority of free SHS for and the Oko Legon, Oko all our tertiary institutions are and Koramo pass free Ekufuado free SHS omu nyina bon schools in Pompelmo. Inti as I speak, Brofona Mekano Hano and the Ekufuado are buying say omu per review. Brofona da hon sane tie. Echire we jimi na wonte Brofona wonte ase. So wako school now kan Brofo tie ase. Education Ministry set to meet with parents following serious concerns raised about changes to the academic calendar causing their children to rush through the curriculum. You can say serious concerns. There's a there's a problem yesi and problem way and then start 2017 and the NPP for F for review. Now NPP for the catch say review means cancel. Mr. S, Mr. P. If you can give me a video or get me a video, I'll be happy. I don't know if you can. If you can't, it's fine. Majority of people have already seen the video. In the MPP for no say review a cancel no, and Abuabia Chikusie say by force of a review. Wouldn't the MPP person me? My mental strategy no. They want to come out and say oh, say no. John Mahama ka say review no. Say share parents no ntia review no. Sa no person be ka kire mo. Enti na aboze gijimi na begina stage. Ya ka kire mo. Yes say John Mahama ni asemi obeka. Me say John Mahama also be review. They say you review e dey be on obeka near the shame. Kempalute no we jibi omo ho 30 minutes no ko. Sa no ba we eno anu no. Ai. Me say go to your baby sa no mapon. Onya yeseke Coco to your baby. And so John Mahama say review. Sesiano and Ghana your review. It's your we are Kimpalute Coco to your baby. Jimmy Catabits Jimmy Omo Sonoko. Inti Adiachi abo so ba catch so here review na John Mahama dey na obeye. We mo Jimmy o. Omo Jimmy a that and no. Here ready Jabe. Yon tia say John Mahama ni say John Mahama no you see on review ni aye awofo ni ira say omu nyina ma no omatia say inti review bu per review ana say go edi ba we do Jimmy brutal me say bu per review ana go edi Coco to your baby say onya ye seke kwase asem woni emeto abama mo onya ye mi ene emeto abama mo kwase afo mo be gina stage abonka de mo be no mo nka ena mo to onya yeseke abuofunu we wanum wi ya jimijimi ye ka kire mo president also no lawyer or Tibrofo chen ye ka review or say cancel wasiafo we na mudi omachi. These are crazy people, they don't care. A whole president stands on stage to tell Ghanaians that review means cancel. Who should vote for such a twep? Who should allow such a foolish party to lead Ghana? They don't even understand what review means. What is this? This is reviewing. Now you are calling for review. So then when John Mahama and the NDC and Ghanaians were calling for a review, a relook, reassessing our educational structure, you fools, because of politics in Jimmy. Politics. Now the many case of your politics also age before. Politics is simple. That's all. Politics is simple. Into the moment a Ghana ni be join politics wadane kwasia. Ade bia ye simple kwa no complicated no. Utumi tie NPP communicators bi. Utumi tie Ghana penifo ni bi. Asema is so simple. The most simplest thing. Now, TV, so please, let me land. Me say, what is landing about this? The rules has been stipulated clearly. The Constitution uses simple English. You understand? Article 797. It is clear cut. No, be done with the TV. So remember, please, Samson, please. Let me interject, please, Samson. With this one, I can't let it go. The law states it, but you see, the Supreme Court has an overall jurisdiction to ascertain the gravity or the gravitas of what they were discussing in Parliament. In fact, the three arms of government shows that the powers has been distributed equally. But when it comes to the dissemination of information and breaking down the parliamentary protocols, the addendum and also the parliamentary hazard has stated clearly. So the majority leader going to court has in fact ignited a constitutional review because our constitution is he thinks it's making sense. Bronina or tro at the other mouth. Brofuna can what you're saying. Now, let me land. Please, you are my senior brother. I know you. We have been here for long. Please let me finish. 365 days now. Let me land. Let me dive. Oh, please. You are my brother. We are all been together. I know you a long time. Oh, you dear. Every time you want to distract me. Let me say how. Let me land. Let me dive. Let me pass. Let me flash. Let me push. Let me just say they are fatting. They are Jimmy. People are so stupid. We cannot make things simple for ourselves. The moment we start to speak politics, we start to become stupid. Why do we become foolish when we start talking politics? Why should we be stupid? The same person who is reading the Constitution and contradicting himself, that same person wants to read the Bible and understand. The Bible, which is in parables, you want to understand. But the Constitution that is in clear language, you are finding it so difficult to understand. You are stupid. The person who is sitting in ICGC reading parables parable Bible, everything in the Bible is parables. There's no clear-cut language in the Bible. Bibia yakasakwa. But the Constitution that is clean-cut English, and also let me land, let me flash, let me fat, let me do this. You are my brother. We know each other. Don't do this. You know politics. Oh, right. Oh, Samson, 2 minutes. Oh, I beg you. You'll be back. You before your commercials. So 4 hours. You wasted time. Into Abrafo share almost no one with Jimiana. Abrafo to share almost Adif Osha Abrafo TV. Now I'm discussing idea. I'm back. Now some discuss the politics. Good evening. I have my guest here, Mr. Franklin, Mr. White, Mr. Blue, Miss Green. They're all here. This one is coming from the Washington Post. He is the editor-in-chief of the NPA, and he is also a New York Times editor. He's our contributor on CNN tonight. The question I want to pose to Mr. White: what do you make of President Trump's statement when he said that Americans are supposed to come together and basically do what is right to vote his party in because they believe they are Americans? Thank you very much. I believe the former president statement was and thank you, viewers. Thank you to your cherished listeners. Question Bawku. Thank you to your cherished listeners. Me too. Me can't be a cherished listener. Yeah. Thank you very much. So I just want to say, Kamala has shown that she can be a good leader. In fact, when you compare Kamala's statement to Trump's statement, you could see there's a vast difference. The maturity that comes with it. She has been a prosecutor before, and she knows what she's talking about, and she has really learned very well under Joe Biden. And I believe that Kamala, as the first black lady to lead America, she's very focused and she can do the job. I believe. So I also have different Mr. Bawku, please, what do you make of what is happening in Bawku? And then Mr. Nimaku, you also come in. Mr. Pra, you also come in. And Nkrumah, you came late. And so Mr. Bawku, what do you say? Oh, thank you, Samson. Thank you to your viewers, your technical team, your cherished viewers, and thank you to all my brothers here, Mr. Kasa, Bema Kasa, no Jimmy. Thank you to wait. Thank you to listeners. Thank you to church. Near the 2 minutes, you the Jimmy and what's no problem today. Me to me tell my Ghana TV so I'm say now you bought the man as Jimmy. And then thank you to this and your cherished viewers. So to your question, what did you say again? The real few question no. I didn't tell you samba ba. Or the 3 minutes I could say samba. Oh, we also something. In fact, your question, yes, I remember. In fact, you can see, and I would like to say thank you to a good evening to my pastor, Mr. Frimpong, for celebrating his wife's birthday. It was very, very interesting. Mimi TV so, and I'll be chiao sofo, obe chiao pastor, obe thank you to cherish. Me you were free so crowded that I bought them. Na TV no one out toy. Every 5 seconds, we always say no. Na mo te Ghana ni ye Jimmy and one toy and opportunity to go Peace FM. Alote Jacobs ni onware ye ni tu fin kwanda don kan enum kan de bia opinyo de kum de onam kwan so ba on na kire twi PhD no mo to kwaku ba kwa ni nisa watch Kwame na Kwame so to say girlfriends na texting no we yi nani e no read text inti mpanyufo what's the papers na ba na alote na ehun ni den no mo the concert na ginem say first ni ehun omonim da eje so monim nyansa first ye tie radio ehun omonim kwase bia kase so we dey voice ye do omo Jimmy Chen bibia analote we can need him ehu o sa Kwame and our yehu na nse kura o na we can need him why my dem me want mentasi me ko share to for price ehu me nyonku na yi ye wo hodama o be alote nyen na Kwame dan kan Jimmy Kwame so dey busansam o 20 minutes o TV rano radio rano ono so dan empana nchen on one tias ye bo the radio ni dey no oda ne mpena nche waye de wanum wi tofe wi tea wada get ekuro no ayesi abodam intom tete wa kekeka na kokuba kwaba so Kwame azilize nanado danko Ekufuado obi betka de sisi ano omutimi go straight forward kase Ekufuado abon Ekufuado has done his part. In fact, nipa beya no ayen aboa Ekufuado has done his part. Who did his draws? Nipa beya no ayen Ekufuado has done his part, and we think Dr. Bawumia so ma okikan yeteya Dr. Bawumia or vision papa na debian yeka there what is swawa no de jaw anyo penifo no woka debian penifo na eka na yehunu there on so betuma bibi yatetimu abati kukuru but Kwame aba openye kuma ba openyini o say Kwame na dey ndeng Kwame na me say traffic o wa wonim kwan yi so won kan do mahama nka free legon ba Peace FM nka 30 hours and 45 minutes uf to manu abedu on credit your mahama o Kwame wonim say traffic be den hamanyo for them and the penifo mi chiamo penifo be say yes ko bi no anka bi dia o kan enkwase abe no so start with a second gear obebu nkwase abe saa 1 hour dia sori ko wo penyina jekum wanyini wo sa to company for say wo inti penyini be na wo refer no mo men kan asam si asam na wo Ghana ne de we nya botra hu de bia concert. Now this former vice chancellor of the University of Ghana wakasa na de wakan nyina ne say papa no your friend no Professor Ivan Adai Mensah, or a former vice chancellor University of Ghana Legon, and we granted interview and now what can the onim ye can stakeholders the people the academians ye can omwa Ghana school no omunim edisa Professor Nana Opoku Agimamo a we mu no and the kasa yenim se omunim education nim and the wakasa afa free SHS no dey na oka or say we started the school feeding program with a grant from a foreign country intended for a limited period. That grant has ended and now we have to finance it ourselves. But we are unable to. Unfortunately, this means the children aren't receiving the nutrition they need. Papa, we wachira die. We enye professor we oye kuninimu a wachira die. Legon ono na ohweso. Imbre bi ona na di Legon school university bia eye autonomous et say oman omo president we di university president pen ye ka say chancellor vice chancellor omo no mo ye omo no mo di so emra university bia won emra ekekere no enti university hu ni sale et say kuro papa we lead University of Ghana e di so ama nkwara afa ni nsem ehu omo mabon omo ye ade ye school sem o say Ghana yete hei na yete na ka kire say school feeding no sabio eye oman bi na eme sika me de school feeding tie ye Jimmy papa ne said all my interview no see we started a school feeding program with the grant from a country or see school feeding am hu say Akufo-Addo de buy na by force all my antenna se hwehwe nwuma mu ye no e your mind bi e na na se bi o mama yan kakra me de to aduane ma ye madi ewurade Nyankopon ekura wi eburo baako etoto wall echi a ade echi obeba na efifi no ye da ho te Ghana ma enkwara dua no medi wo school no o mind bi na na e ma ye handout kakra emietum de to aduane ma nkwara ne di na atechidie we kwase we di moso amoso wodim nyansa na ne mate se fa o mind ne hye ne nsa o kasa na o say now o sa sika na o mind no e de ma ye no sika no e ma biem wa hyew now Osise sia sika no asa no yenya sika bia emfa nya school feeding no enu nti na ama enkwara no eduane pa wo so mudi no school no munya bindi enso Akufo-Addo kwase be gina de ebusa de free SHS ho review or say cancel Bawumia ebusa Bawumia review or say cancel papa wei wa kira de e wo school pon mu o see sankofo we ye Jimmy ye kokro so ye kwaji sika kakra de beto eduane ma ye madi ebro de a Tom Brown eduane ayemba no edi no school no ende enkwara na mo ye na science and math quiz enkwara na fonfon enkwara na giragina wa aka o mo kon presecfo no kwa na mo look like they are very healthy now she other schools no especially prempefo ene kuhis wifo no ene sa kuma kade sa chesa omo fonfon bo twebe wi di nkaketa mfanko enti papa ne say eye oman mpanifo na Jimmy o si NPP aban we omomo ho kwan me review eye school no eduane sam ne akwara no ade kire nti se sia no enkwara no eduane pa kro munya bindi eduane pa kro munya bindi na papa ne sa kasa ya o say free SHS na ho asem no ka say they said they will fund free SHS from our oil revenue o say Akufo-Addo mo say na omo de oil no na eba be fund free SHS sa na Akufo-Addo ka kire na Akufo-Addo jibijibi ba power enom ka kire say oh your oil bebre na emom eye wells de eye baako ai oil bebre eye oil wells de baako omo de oil na eba be fund free SHS and then the first na John Mahama ka kire say you have to be careful if funding free SHS you don't have a continuous, consistent source of funding. Don't make a mistake. The reason why John Mahama started free SHS progressively, no, it was because of this. Because Sebio uchi bibi na ma na se bibi dim Sebio yati Ghana hano enye se obi mpese obehwa akora wo school na sene odi akora be ko school man ho akokyere no na school no ebe tene ni so de eye better so benya abotre ma akora ne tu ne nan kakra wo school nim papa ne said they said they would fund free SHS from our oil money. Or say Akufo-Addo catch the Ghana for say ya the Ghana fan go no sika no ene ne ye de be hwe nkwara no free SHS papa ne kasa mi dwudwom. I remember saying that oil revenue isn't sustainable. Or say okaipa okachira ban we say he oil sika enye sika bia eye sika obetumi di weni atoso ende ubenya eye oil bako a barrel for $150 ade bechi barrel betuma tiaba $10. So you need to be careful. You cannot hang all your hopes on oil money and not oil revenue. Akufo-Addo mo ka se papa we onim nyansa omo entie review omo se cancel yenko yenim. If you look at the trend, initially we managed to finance it from various sources, including borrowing. Or see, so what do we need to from now? Senye, Ghana buying way ye Akufo-Addo so ye free SHS. Sibia ne di sika ebon bra. Na sika ye di bon bra nyina besia. How can you fund your education as a nation, your education from borrowing? How can you do that? Ede na obo besia, ede fund the education. Where Jimmy, you don't borrow. Yambo besia emfa nye school onye saade no because besia kura no it is not sustainable. Besia kura no it is not reliable. You need to have a way of sustaining it progressively because besia okoje no enya for sure se besia okwa won sabeka and majority of the time no so okwa bontre ko besia the conditions in the besia bi wo hokra conditions da ho no entumi ma ho kwan ma ho fa ye den enhye free SHS mu fully or 100%. Enti papa we say mbrebe ka kira ban say besia na ye kobokwa de free SHS no e dangerous. Omo ka say papa we nim nyansa. Now due to this debt burden, look at where we are. The government can only cover about 50% of what is needed for free SHS. A car ya bro eguo. Oyo sika ya kwatame di ya mfanye free SHS. Besia ya kwa brochire akobo. And the minute okunini we say oba free SHS na se 1,000 Ghana na osi ye free SHS ma akorebi anya baby da. Enya nsupanom, enya aduane padi. Enya classroom papa tena, enya ayedien good ayedien environment to study. Say 1,000 Ghana na osi ye nyina ende 50 Ghana na ye. It means say 500 Ghana. It means say a 500 Ghana gap be da. That means quality has been taken away. That means the quality now will open. You are not going to get it. Meaning the end product will be waste. It will be chaff. And into the end there, education ministry say, "Omo person we share for now. Omo share curriculum no. Curriculum ben also share for. You did not listen. When Tiobia, Mugi so be a Jimmy. Yen review free SHS from day one. Mudi di obi atem. And then correct to me school 27 weeks and now 27 days. Sorry, 27 days. Ni amo ako another class so oma pass. Mujimi. That is the problem. The government did not listen. The government was supposed to consult. The government was supposed to open up when they realized that it was getting overburdened. We were being overburdened by the fund, the free SHS finances. The government was supposed to mellow itself, come to the table with the people, and then negotiate or reason with the people. But in Kofoye Jimmy, the NPP is all about election winning. The NPP is all about yen winiaba na yen konyen kota soroku na yen kanchen kofo say kimpalu tanye kokotia yeto kwasi asem say ya. The NPP is all about kokotia yeto. Inti enya kokotia yeto ayewie. This is the burden. Now the question I want to ask who awofo na wo hweme no and now who parent na wo hweme no say why na ebe affect no eye wo Ekufuado enka no Bawumia ne babie ni woko SS. Bawumia ne babie ndu SSH. Bawumia ne mbampo enko de primary school, aban school o Ghana. Bawumia babie ni woko aban school ewo daycare ana primary. Bawumia baba kumponko bi. Ito on so wejimi. Wanaba ne ko primary. Wanaba ene ko saito. Wanaba ene ende school feed eduane mba eye wo na kwasia okobo flag na make a cho say obobo flag 8 years ultimate to rent na wudi matem no aka 40 days so yetumufo anamo jinsi etamo ena Kevin Taikuo we ena Kevin awunani ba ena Kevin Muhammad Tuaneka enne school na say no wanamba future na say eyewo ye ka kire mu amuntie mumu bidodo no mu agimi ma adwene wo fom ene ntina ye show we de bia o anke ejai but mumu dodo no ma adwene wo fom te o se de bia kai mu. And the free SHS school as said Bibiano, why man ebre a wo ma Kwame Amwakwa wote Santase, Elizabeth Cranting wote ko wo Barbara Bentel wote Cape Coast wo yam kwasia de say me yemfantinyi me NPP nyi wo ba ene bebre me na mebre no me basku okọ ade we nka no ba wo mi abasku okọ ade we nka no Ekufuado enkwara wo mu ya Mikmel ede ne nsa wo biasi ade we enka omo intimi busa wo from the beginning when we were talking to you not just here kasa kire wan time na kasa say mama ma adwini mbrefie na muntu ntia NPP na free SHS we be say mo man future na mo gye say wan na eni na kasa ne ene mo enti Jack ade de ye be kai mo munjo ye be kai mo now egigim. These are serious stuff you need to always know. Yeah, the year for Bibia and Seal, you bet Chichum, you bet Jum, you bet Kyle. You see, like General Hospital project halted due to alleged lack of funds. Near Tiana, Okoboy Kwasiampenui, Okoboy, my classmate, you know. Okoboy, only in Jemu. I am more sharing now with TV, so Kevin Taylor, small boy, hey, me menino rough. Okoboy, my classmate, you know, Preseku. Okoboy, Jimmy, only in Jemu. Yet to Chroma will come over catch them say, or no, baby, see like General Hospital, Okoboy, or no, about politics, Rebecca Kufuor bag na okuta. Okoboy, ne politics, the man benya favor Kufuor with him, na oye Rebecca's bag handler. and then a man benya favor we Kufuor anima ye be minister. They did not make Okowa minister because of Nkran. They did not make him minister because they think he's smart too. They made him minister because Okufuor's wife insisted that akwa we kuta me bag ache mumpe bibi manenye. Okoboy begyina Ghana ka kire Nkranfo ka kire omu nyina say hospital na Okufuor kwasi ampanyi we ni Bawumia bebutugu ye no obesi. Mr. S, pull the stuff for me. Mr. P, Mr. S, get me Okoboy's statement, recent statement about La General Hospital. Nkrani ba also wo ye nkrani Gamashiba wotin kramemu wona wo se wo ye nkrani akwa kwasi ampanyi we free eye Eastern Region bebu hospital atogu and yare bo oba ewo nkramemu a saa oba no obewu because Ekufuor kwasi we abebu La General Hospital atogu. Emma won krani na nya position instead so be ko parliament akoka se won tiase no wo sore na wo botai se kokohwede Jimmy nkrani a wo hu tai osoro na obotai no nenam wiem ewia abo 32 degrees no obotai Jimmy mediocre mentality ya no na tigana ha ne ko school gobe de nyina ediye gobe na nyina ediye and Jimmy ogize tai na obo na memo ya unique ama enkranfo na dwen se wonim nyansa they will vote against you. Now you are the health minister. La General Hospital has been broken down. Yensi ebesinne. And then you sit there and say, I am a God child. The God people love me. They have to follow you. You are foolish. You are the most foolish people in Ghana. Because in BB, you Okoboy and your likes in the NPP, you are so foolish. You know why? Because you need to fight for a health facility. Now, yes, see hospital is so Emma party abebu atogu. O person Nkranfo no omagimi nti omonto abama. Na Nkranfo no mo yare a he no monko. Nkranfo no omo yare a he no monko hwe omo ho. And you the likes in the NPP amoy Nkranfo no mo Nkranfo na mo NPP no na mo positions no mo jimi too much. You make the NPP use you. Lord come. Otete NPP mu na enkofo to na osora na oyi ne bema wa shape ne bema no. O de ahye shape nem e na nkora to no de ne bema hye enkofo to. Lord come in na MPP mu yeso akosi police station Jimmy motin kran krom ho na moto na ye bon kranfo tuo na ye gin kranfo asase na mo de mu Jimmy di akanfo party echi masa oma ka kirebo omo so mo party no ya akanfo party kwasiafo muntie
New Patriotic Party akanfo party
oma ka kiremo mo kranfo oma ka kiremo omo say akanfo party me akani na me ka kirebo. Into young crane of the MPP mu ye hey okay my yibo minke okay yes hey what Jimmy ama me kura mon pre bibia mafie Okoboy akotena MPP mu Lord come mon cranfo na mugu MPP no you are not bringing anything home and you want our mothers and our sisters to get up tomorrow and vote for you Ojan. This is what Okoboy said. Okoboy said this. Okoboy mon friend Mbusa and Kwasia, you don't respect the Ghana people, you think they are foolish We will make funds available for timely completion of La General Hospital. Date show is June 14th. 14th of June. June, July, August, September, October. Your 5 months. And the La General Hospital, you are two. You are for block Bawku in Swo. Kwasi ampenyi we nkranfo nkosa line koto abamano. Kwasi ampenyi we nkranfo nkosa line. No mo koto abama Okoboy. O say you make money available. We have 40 days to elections. Abuofunu na enkrama buo kwa na ebobo about 40 days abon krama buo. These are the people I keep talking about. They are stupid. We Jimmy. Your party no die chire no. The obe wanza party ni so we dey enkrani Bawku ni enyawo. Sa na MPP for ye. MPP for them ya say omo nyawo ni Bawku. Am say we yawo ni na waba. Omo yusu. They will use you like a dog. That is what the MPP does. Omo nya eya mampurisi ni Bawku. O se be yusu Bawumia. Omo yusu sakraman. On say Amin Adams Oforia Tabaye 7 years with disike wo nyina ewie anene ne ho of finance ministry ye wie setani bra be clean the toilet no omu use ne sakraman. They will use you because I come for party and they have told you from time ye nana bafo akoto more mu 700 pounds at the MPP no. They were not thinking about one krani, they were not thinking about one hunani, they were not thinking about who ceremony teni and ya would agomba ni na no mo dwene ho no mo dwene akonwa ho akonwa na no mo dwene ho we dwa obodam na sika na odia time mo te MPP no mo dwene akonwa ho na ya dwene abusia ho na ya dwene won krani no ho and it's no power no omo bank na memu achimota forest omo wi ani nyina because they don't respect the nkranfo. Into Mumusa Okoboy say the funds he was talking about, where are the funds? He was just lying to his own people. He was just lying to his own people. In the Agona West, they are so uncomfortable as a political party. They want to try and misquote John Mahama, and they want to try and disinform the system. Oh, John Mahama say, in Krania or young Krania or Tin Krano, Nenia be echa akania what nan cry 100 years. I'm telling you. In Krania or young Krania, you won't one crying. Our Tin Cry Bawku Peno, or chain account 400 or Tin Crying. So you cannot misinform them. Enka say obi say enka info di dokono interna no do tin kran no insure no ho na e ma no send this na e ma no o tin kran no e kwan of us onu say wana e onu send this na e o tin kran no UGM so onu say wana e onu send this na e o tin kran no e regional ya converter new no onu send this na e o tin kran no onim say all the district hospitals were made by the NDC o tin kran no e pumunso na ya dane no into insupa na omutumi no no e wo teshi no onim say NDC na e nkran fo nyamboa o intenda waba also fishing harbor binti obi park fish ho into why en cry for there. You think in cry for Jimmy? Go to Tema, go and see the Tema harbor, second Tema harbor. Omo say John Mahama end this na omo nyan kwasiafo. They are not stupid. Me sing krani ba ko a ye won en cry tete en cry. Ebia no niska but on Jimmy ye. You might see him as a poor man. You might see him so oh he's a local man, but in krani ba ko otisa kan 400. Onim technique or the stop was in Kramemu. So you people sometimes you the guns in the NPP. Sometimes you know you make this party they fool you people. And it's the same thing on the phone be. Oh pious ajide oba NPP mo mu use ni sakraman. Hey visa racketeering. Hey omo we say party no and na branted kind no. E ya kan for party o. Ye na kan for ne mo kasa no. Me ya kan ni me a mixed race. Me I can have and I may only have into me kasa tie me now wonya mixed race me Alan Cash mixed race Alan Cash never me infantini na papa ayedie asantini me so me ma me e ahonani na papa infantini into any mixed race wonya mixed race into onti ase esi ano hospital no ye jai guo na wotie news ni ya say omububu hospital ni gu wie no ansa na omo be kase ne ombenya funding in hospital no we momo Jimmy. They actually did not have funding for the hospital. They did not have any idea how they were going to raise money to build the General Hospital, but they went ahead to break it down. Oh, kwasi adwene. Before they went there to demolish the whole hospital, no, they did not have any money sitting there, or they did not have any plan to raise funds to build the hospital again. So they just went in there and say, you know something, break it down. In Tomubugu, no, and I'm so okay, I feel a henny benyeska. In Quasia way, a cocoa tiameto. Boy say Casa, where dear cocoa tianeto, and Quasia Muji. They have no knowledge about governance. They be a John Mahama catcher from day one. Say, you people, you have no knowledge about governance. Jimmy na there, but you will see. How can you break down such a facility without you having funds ready? Are you mad? Inti ebuatu agwewie no afeni yakotena se makachem se Bawumia ne kufuado omo Jimmy. Hey, we are Ghanaians in there. Now also beto am NPP we Jimmy. I'm not going to say sorry. We Jimmy papa. Na edien na wo pe. Edien na friend mpuntu hwade. Mahmoud Bawumia ene na munkura se hwe ose de NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia pledges to construct bridge on Oti River with $2 billion Korean loan. Yedeka loan. Eka yedaya so over 1.3 trillion. Onyenya power osi o mo de power mother okobo besia $2 billion. Adegravesri. Bawumia nyenya power we didn't care about Bessia or say Otifo Toma no Toma na Okoko Bessia Korea a buffru na Korea Okohono no more enchine and almost editor Bukuro. Also go for Jimmy or Tiabemo or Casatis opposition or so Otifo be bridge amamo. Quasiampain Okojina Sirum Okojina Sirum on one chrome, the Sirum on one in Sirum Bawumia folder quick Bawumia Kojina Sirum. I didn't catch the crop before, or catch them one district, one factory, one constituency, one dam, 1 million, one. Mahmoud Bawumia Jana, my men and papa numenim, I was serum. Oh, we are not better than crying on a year and to make a bag, was your four. and or petumi wasako jina ni kromfo sirem akogina omanim akowe ka kire siremfo akwawi the same person we
one village one God, and that is the way we are going to bring.
Onye nipa o Bawumia nye nipa ekotre ene wenye dua ene one nam ada Bawumia be run shirt no bo so won satu oye ekotre wo we onye nipa o wahwe men in black oye ekotre na ayese mo no ye ka bibi kire mo nte be se da ko ogegina ho saa na ne shirt tia o won sam mienu Bawumia oye ekotre onye nipa na nipa timi tire wi atike kan kwase semo nsam kan kire otifo se ono obeye bridge na obeko Korea kwaji $2 billion inti otifo ntoma no wa hwade we onye nipa kohwe men in black oye kotre na bi ote so oye politician onye politician oye kotre hweriti ne nsam ye no tuatua ne ha eno na on time yi no enso okwa na atibi hyehyere ha ne nsam ye no two we na de bi ode kire mo oye kotre wo edua na wodua wabobọ ede na kwa wetumi ye nipa mo betu so we na ebetumi abo Ghana. Now speaker rejects writs served on parliament regarding the seat vacancy controversy and directs that the documents are returned to the Supreme Court. And Albert Bagbin edi eye krata ababontene from parliament to say eye krata na omo de ba ya na omo say if court na eye short man, stop disturbing me. Why short man. You see eye afenyo makere minority leader akọ Supreme Court Supreme Court for so almost send a year krata abre a year speaker of parliament to say eba nsema efa NPP MPs any miensa sebio almost oboko independent or omoto akonya speaker ka say endi omoto akonya ne yi na ama NDC abe majority no speaker are responded to the Supreme Court na enda no nsem nyina o kan speaker krata or the koma Supreme Court krata ni nyina enie moma menjudwam na afi ye nyina ye ntiase so amefo mo bia nda very very important krata ni we ni krata speaker ede ekoma Supreme Court for no bia say speaker obeko Supreme Court ana speaker the afenyoma ke call Supreme Court oko osonoma ame ho no ne nsa ekan ya na into speaker ade oba be bow to the Supreme Court ana people were asking so many questions speaker eba aba retract oba aba be ka say asem no kan ye say NDC na majority no watwe asan ana ni nyina na ye twen if say afenyoma ke na we minority leader of parliament no or the the speaker Bagbin akọ court. Now the speaker any parliament for lawyers actually edi akwakoma Supreme Court almost so anu assembly the registrar Supreme Court Accra date I show 18th of October 2024 dear registrar we any asama a free speaker ho echo Supreme Court I say that is a response into who are in a response or reply. That's how it is. Rates to invoke the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court pursuant of Article 1, 12 and 2, 17I, 21I, B, E, 35I, and 5, 55, 97, 1, G, 130, A. What's it? 130A and B of the 1992 Constitution and Rule 45 of the Supreme Court Rules 1996 CI 16. When you know speaker, you're the simple man you go in speaker anything here so I'm for tiase. Ebasana suhum fo nyina confused. Ebasana asenkregwa omuhudi omunye. Speaker aya gum Bagbin me do when I also do me mema no aya gubrofo nim na bebrebe yi ayesana ne abre ebe speaker o dia asem na ne hia bebrebe ne so before ma ne hamo we dia assembly tipo obi se assembly tipo no ai efa eye asema esi o parliament speaker ka say NPP for eye MPs miensa almost oboko independent watwe omoto akonwa or the power no ama NDC for parliament no emu eye de inkrata asem ne mra na wosisi tipo no enti enyehu asem na nkasa ne tarto no mama menjudwam ne enti ase hey speaker Bagbin hey Alan okay. I am directed by Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin. Hey, Alban. I am from Alan, sorry, Alban. I am Intueno, letter way every Ebenezer Ahuma Detro, our deputy clerk, Oba Parliamentar, secretary, you know, I am Mashada deputy clerk to say, or a penny case behind Oba Parliamentar. secretary for na nam ho nyina no your secretary for na deputy clerk secretary for nyina na epenyini or say speaker na asoma no se on krata we fambre Supreme Court into letter we or the come osono maame Chief Justice. I am directed by Right Honorable Alban Sumana Kinford Babin, Speaker of Parliament, to return the attached processes which was left at the Legal Service Office of the Parliamentary Service by 3 bailiffs of the court on Wednesday, 16 October 2024. Attempts were made to serve the same processes on Tuesday, 15th October 2024. Mr. Ebenezer say, Speaker say, Oman Ntomo say, time no more Parliament, and Mrantie be every Parliament, almost every Supreme Court, almost bailiffs, Mrantie miensa. Omode enkrata bi ba say Supreme Court na asoma mo say omon fa krata na mbre speaker any Parliament say e wo say omoti omonka e wo Supreme Court. Now say speaker and asman say on church and same way mu enchiro. Now the Right Honorable Speaker notes that the attempted service is contrary to Article 117 of the 1992 Constitution and the circular issued by Her Ladyship Joyce Sarah Pamela C.A. Cranting, that's G.A., the Judicial Secretary, and copied to the Honorable Lady Chief Justice with reference number SCR9. Entitled Enforcement of Article 117 and 118 of the Constitution, Immunity from Service of Processes and Arrest, end of quote, dated the 12th of July 2024, addressed to all registrars of courts. Consequently, the Right Honorable Speaker has directed return of the attached processes for your necessary action. Ebenezer Ahumda Jetro, a deputy clerk. Asɛm nyinaa no yɛbɔ de tɔfa a Speaker of Parliament ɛnam Parliament clerk panyin so ɛka kyerɛ Supreme Court sɛ krataa na mode baayɛ no saa krataa na mode somaayɛ sɛ ɔmomfa mɛkyerɛ me sɛ yɛhia me wɔ court no. In fact, Speaker sɛ saa krataa no Chief Justice ɛnsa hyɛ aseɛ Judge Cranting ɛnso ɛdeɛn Cranting ɛnso asɛ hyɛ aseɛ no. Speaker sɛ saa krataa no ɔmo de deɛn ɔmo response aka ho ɛkyerɛ Supreme Court Chief Justice ɛne ne judges ɔmo wɔ sɛ ɔmo anim mmara so. In fact ɔmo tra ɔmo anim tɔn beebi a ɔmo ankasa ɔmo ntaban duru no sɛbio ɔmo ndi Ghana mmara sɛbio ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo di so kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo Supreme Court no ɔmo wɔ sɛbio ɔmo tumi ɛna Parliament so ɔwɔ no ɛno so wɔne tumi ɛna President so ɛwɔ ne tumi. Nti Speaker returning anaasɛ all reply Speaker Supreme Court saa rating of the brom no Speaker efa Ebenezer so ka kyerɛ Chief Justice sɛ saa mo krata na mo bae no mbrem no kurampo no enim mbrem mo krata no bae no mo ankasa mo nsan kɔhwɛm na mo hu sɛ mo ni atra mo ni ntɔn beebi a mo tumi duru no ayɛ sɛ mo atra mo tumi no enti mo nkan nkrata me de aka ho na mo nsua bibi mfirim enkyerɛ mo sɛ Supreme Court na mote hɔ no enkyerɛ sɛ mo ni mo mmara nyinaa na sɛ mo ni mo mmara Parliament mmara de different from Supreme Court mmara. In the Speaker mo kyerɛ saa de we no ɛna ɔmo de ɔmo nsɛm ɛtare toɔ sɛ broni kyerɛ bi wo ka sɛ attached document ana sɛ anything attached na sɛ ɔde nkrataa bi ɛtare toɔ. Nti we ni asɛm a Speaker ɔde kɔma Supreme Court deɛn ɔsono maame the Chief Justice sɛ ɔno so ne response no enwumre ya yɛte ha the akote say afenyo marking asa akọ court era de jagobo afenyo marking wasa akọ court enwumre ya na let me put this on record. Sa court na afenyo marking call the first Supreme Court no, that application na afenyo marking the call no or whatever you call it no, a Chief Justice na Troy or Rankasani office ma afenyo marking tie the Chief Justice on na a tro sa petition na afenyo marking the court first one no, the one na Speaker responded to no a Chief Justice Gertrude on na tro mark afenyo marking and no date and no catch afenyo marking so on fambreno. Majority of you people don't know that. And nuntina afenyo marking court that same day no, the Chief Justice can say asem no obeti committee a Chief Justice and the trust a petition no at the ma afenyo marking because afenyo marking did not know what to write, how to go by it. Chief Justice the director no, so the Chief Justice actually prepared that petition for him. Sa application was the or the court first time now or say the Supreme Court and stop Alban Bagbin from doing anything in Parliament concerning the 3 seats near the I don't know a Chief Justice the trauma of your market. Yes. Or no any didn't say or the man no and of course on presented or court and into the Chief Justice that same day no she was able to put together a committee. Chief Justice wrote it. You see, afenyomakin and manipulate the Japan anas arim yaw anas case no. Afenyomakin used Chief Justice for that case. Emma Kennedy Japan winnie ye. Afenyomakin or no. And a Chief Justice Papa Wuye no, a afenyomakin fee and a Chief Justice Papa ye. Afenyomakin a ye Chief Justice Papa ye mano. Afenyomakin Chief Justice, they are like twins. Afenyomakin a maneuver ya or pull strings ma a anas nick in the Japan case no. Emma ye butia anas no a afenyomakin on a Kennedy Japan lawyer. Ain't he afenyomakin no number no. He manipulates the system. Intuition the speed afenyomakin called the first time the speed that Chief Justice every civil document when read it because on no own that is where the technicalities are Alban Bagbin capitalize also. The first application or rate number the buyer no rate number the buyer no there were a lot of inconsistencies, technical inconsistencies because the Chief Justice is abreast of law. She is not abreast of parliamentary proceedings. And when afenyomakin went there, no, because they were in a rush, because she wanted to draft the thing for him, no, until later now, Omankasa judge case ni na, Omodi assembly ba ebema the legal team of a parliament na Alban Bagmu ready, no, Omo who said the Supreme Court has erred because the inconsistencies in the ruling Nukra showed there the people who sat on the case did not have an idea about the case. So when the Chief Justice and the judge and friend Crantino omodi rate no Emma bailiffs no, the issue was that because they were in a rush, because everything was being done to favor NPP afenyomakin no, the Chief Justice the Chief Justice herself even forgot to say they cannot serve Alban Bagbin and that they will have to serve Parliament. But because they were in a rush, because they were doing politics, because she was in a rush to save NPP, you know, she made some very technical mistakes. So it shows to say the ruling from day one, and also when the committee sat, you know, every single thing they did was illegal. It was not consistent. In any country, Chief Justice can be what? Petitioned and sacked. I'm telling you. If I'm John Mahama, this alone make Jinaso the Apam Chief Justice if I win power. I'm telling you. Me say John Mahama na me win power. This alone make Jinaso the Apam Chief Justice. She is not supposed to occupy that office. Now let me show you something here. Yabako the afenyomakin is seeking again in court. And sorry, and say afenyomakin asako court after Alban Bagbin release this reply edema Supreme Court. Now here there. Now, when you read the Constitution, right? Before we move forward, let me break this down to you. Now, let me first read the. One second. Let me get this right. Thank you, Mr. S. Now, when you read Article 118, now this is 117 first. Chapter 10, the legislature. Okay, Constitution, now, this is what it says. And that is where Obiabe will say they made a big mistake. The Supreme Court, it needs serious overhauling. Now we read chapter 10, the legislature, constitutional, immunity from service of processes and arrest. Now 117 says civil or criminal processes coming from any court or place out of Parliament shall not be served on or executed in relation to the Speaker or a member or the clerk to Parliament while he is on his way to attending or at or returning from any proceedings of Parliament. In Kofo no moko serve, they went to serve the Speaker when he was on his way, and when Parliament had opened and when they were on their way to do Parliament business. So in the first place, the bailiffs that came to Parliament, they have actually gone against the law. For Afenyo to even have that room, in the first place, the bailiffs now, Omoba Parliament, they were supposed to even in the first place serve Parliament. They came to serve Speaker, which is wrong because the article, I said the chapter 117, states it clearly that civil or criminal process coming from any court, which includes the Supreme Court, or place out of Parliament shall not be served on or executed in relation to the Speaker or a member or the clerk of Parliament while he is on his way to, attending at, or returning from any proceedings of Parliament. When did they serve the Speaker? And when they were serving, did they serve Parliament as a body, or they served Alban Bagbin as an individual? This is a question we need to be asking. So you get it. Now, when you read the 18, when you read the 118, this is what it says: immunity from witness sermons. And this is all got to do with the writ now. Supreme Court, the ma bailiffs, the service, it was even wrong from the beginning. Now, 118.1 says, neither the Speaker nor a member of nor the clerk to Parliament shall be compelled while attending Parliament to appear as a witness in any court or place out of Parliament. Parliament is in session. The court, no court can compel Speaker to leave Parliament and come to court. No court. Afenyomakin went to court and sue the Speaker. He did not go to sue Parliament. In the first place, the Chief Justice Munimum Rana, they will be like, you know what? Are you suing the Speaker as a person, or you are suing Parliament as an institution, or Parliament as a body? Because there are two things here. Now, from Afenyomakin's first writ, he was stopping the Speaker of Parliament from doing his duty. Afenyo went to Supreme Court to stop Alban Bagbin, and the court and the laws clearly states you cannot force the Speaker or compel the Speaker to come to Parliament whilst parliamentary business is ongoing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when business is ongoing, no court can compel the Speaker to appear in Parliament. Now, so you cannot serve the Speaker, or you cannot serve an MP. And the article makes it clear. No. That does not apply to the first one. Me say ochina. I do when I'm reading now. A clean cut, straightforward English. No. Ochina no power beti o radio so. Gary ni ma kwasi abe yo the NPP. Any omo so me NPP lawyers no. You know the article, the Constitution states it, but remember, the affirmative statement does not apply to the 118 because the 118 conjunct with the 117. Yet it's almost 3 months. Yeah, but yeah, ochina. Oh, so we ochina. Ometina 3 months. Yeah. Monsieur ochina. You have lawyer for 30. Obia with the definition of this simple statement. Monsieur ochina obeti. Please, let me land before the baba. Or Chandopa, you will hear the left land people. This is self-explanatory, but let me land the phone. What you say? Omunim law chain we are say. No omu contradict omu, no mu Jimmy omu, no mu backbite omu, no omu throw jabs. It does not make any sense. It is clear. This same thing happened when Kufuor was president. That was when Kufuor was Attorney General. It happened during a year time and Kufuor was bent on jailing Chachuchi Kata. That was when Kufuor is a fake lawyer. Kufuor, that was when he went to court to say Kufuor against Chachuchi Kata instead of the state against Chachuchi Kata. No, enema Kufuor who's a Kufuor wa bon. Na opam Kufuor ko the foreign affairs minister or Jogate Attorney General. It was when Kufuor time and now Attorney General no or court Ekoka say Kufuor against Chachuchi Kata because on tiasie onya lawyer papa oya kronfo inte hono mu so manhwe ya obegu enmegu ase enum na Kufuor was changed from Attorney General to Foreign Affairs Minister and your majogate be sure omu changing the year no the state against Chachuchikata. The same thing and after your marking ama Chief Justice aye. Now after your marking ako court no a dear na oka intended you brain and then you bring say after your marking court. Let me show you his court document. After your marking the mika wasako eye osono maame ho enyumre ya o ai wako court. I say the president against Chachuchikata Kufuor were born fucking. Now, this is Afenyo Markin and they wakone maame ho osono maame. Remember, Chief Justice wrote the first one for Afenyo Markin. Oh, ade your Chief Justice phone number yinim de akọ. Now, of court no ose opedien biem. Afenyo Markin say ope another favor from the mame. Is the mother going to do for him? Yes. The Chief Justice does not like John Mahama. The Chief Justice of Ghana, she hates John Mahama. The Chief Justice is doing the bidding for NPP. Chief Justice Madam Tokonu, from all that we have seen, her body language when Mahama is around, the way she speaks, the Chief Justice is bent on helping this criminal government still move on to destroy us. So she is helping Afenyo Markin in all means to make sure say Emrano I see a diso because any Chief Justice or Peno Kurefano, she will not even entertain this in her court again. But Osono Maame will do it because she is not at the Supreme Court to serve Ghana. She is there serving Ekufuor and serving the NPP. Put this in your head. Now, Alexander Afenyo Markin, plaintiff, respondent, and Speaker of Parliament, first defendant or applicant, Attorney General, second defendant. On say, Afenyo Markin ako court, wako change adia o de call first one no. Se sia no wako revise no, wadane no. O say se sia no Adikudiente Oba Court and say Speaker Alban Bagbin akache Supreme Court to say omuni eyedien eyetumi na ewose omuyede omuye nti ono Afenyo Markin o sue parliament tio they say the national crampo no a free vacant seat no the prime case no say ono no problem they say aden na speaker akache Supreme Court to say they were supposed to take their time and analyze the issue and that the thing they were doing was out of their jurisdiction and that they did not follow due process. Afenyo Markin so on tiasie. As we speak, Afenyo Markin the Speaker of Parliament or the Speaker of Parliament and the Parliament Asako Supreme Court. Into read or say, please take notice that the Honorable Court shall be moved by Theodorus Sorry Esquire, law counsel for and on behalf of the first defendant applicant herein, the first defendant praying the court for an order setting aside the processes and proceedings in the Supreme Court in the suit, vacating the order of the court dated 18th October 2024 on the grounds deposed to in the accompanying affidavit and take future notice. 1. The writ by which the plaintiff has purportedly invoked the court's original jurisdiction is incompetent. 2. The court has no jurisdiction to entertain the suit before the court. The court has no jurisdiction to stay execution of a ruling of the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. The processes and proceedings in the suit were filed and prosecuted in breach of the rules of natural justice. The order of the court dated 18 October 2024 were made in breach of the rules of natural justice. Now, sir, who read the Afenyo Markin document, the filings are wired or court. I want you to follow me. All that Afenyo Markin is seeking for now in court, and then say he is now going to court to challenge Speaker Alban Bagbin and Parliament to say, Adentina Parliament Eka said the Supreme Court did not have jurisdiction on sa case no. And for right now no, I bet Afenyomakin's personal fight against Parliament, against Speaker Bagbin. Adentina Bagbin say a seminar or no Afenyomakin the Supreme Court no. Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction on the case. This is Afenyomakin's case now. Afenyomakin does not even care about the seats again. No. Right now, what he cares about is that he wants to go and redeem the image of the Chief Justice. Because from what I have told you, it clearly states that the Chief Justice has embarrassed the Supreme Court. The 5 committee members Omutina Seka say the case na Afenyomakin dia ba expert ya obia engina ho en defend a contest Afenyomakin's case no. They are saying say they have been embarrassed to the point to say now Afenyomakin is trying to redeem Supreme Court, redeem Chief Justice. He has actually abandoned his party. In terms of Wednesday, interestingly, right? Sal Asemana disenfranchised nipa almost 30,000. No, ever seen there, the case is still hanging. But the Chief Justice has all the time for Afenyomakin. The Chief Justice spends all her time reading Afenyomakin's nonsense and trying to call a case within 24 to 48 hours because the Chief Justice is basically working for the NPP. The Chief Justice is bent on stopping John Mahama from being president. Because if you are not, why don't you allow Parliament to be Parliament and you, the Supreme Court, be Supreme Court? Why are you now interfering and stepping over your boundaries to go and intimate another pillar of government? Because there are 3 pillars of government and they are all equally powerful and they are all equally independent. So if the Speaker of Parliament today has an issue in Parliament with a parliamentarian, it is not the Supreme Court that has to come and interpret parliamentary proceedings and parliamentary standing orders. It is Parliament that makes its own laws. Parliament has to have a way to clean that law up. So why should the Supreme Court jump all the way into Parliament to come and discuss their matter for them? They did not say they are not intelligent enough to solve their own problems. In fact, the law does not say that you should leave your office and enter their office to settle their problems. They have the right to settle their problems too. Unless the Constitution said that Parliament cannot solve its problem. Parliament makes its own law. Parliament solves its own problems. So why do you have to leave your office to come to Parliament and tell them what to do? From what you are seeing right now, no, Alban Bagbin has abandoned his initial case of Alban Bagbin has called has basically ruled that 3 NPP MPs who are going independent that they forfeit their seat. He has abandoned that first one. Now he is defending Supreme Court. Afenyomakin is now fighting that why did Alban Bagbin say that the Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction over the case in Parliament. So right now Afenyomakin is the spokesperson for Supreme Court. So he went to his mother to tell Osno that today again Alban Bagbin is saying that you can't do your job. So right now I'm coming to you. Can't tell him that you can do your job. The comedy in Ghana. The comedy in Ghana, because the only time that Speaker will see it necessary that we need the Supreme Court in the affairs of Parliament is when the Speaker of Parliament and Parliament requests for the intervention of the Supreme Court. When Parliament, led by its Speaker, at the end of the day sits and realize that they will need the assistance of the Supreme Court on a matter, they request for that assistance. But when somebody runs out of Parliament to their political mother to say that there's something going on in Parliament and it is not favoring me, so within 4 hours form a committee to make the case go in my favor, then it means the Supreme Court is breaching the law. It means the Chief Justice is overstepping. Then it means the rule of law is not being respected by the Chief Justice and the Supreme Court. And that is the kind of line the Speaker of Parliament is trying to draw and trying to educate the Chief Justice and the judges there that you people basically are destroying the democracy of this nation. So Alban Bagbin is even helping the Supreme Court. Alban Bagbin is educating the Chief Justice. Alban Bagbin is protecting the Supreme Court. But this is the case where the same Afenyomakin who was fighting for his MPs has abandoned them and now fighting for the Chief Justice. Why? Because the Chief Justice is more important to Afenyomakin than the NPP minority in Parliament. So, as I told you the last time, this whole thing Afenyomakin is doing, it is not about the NPP. It is not about the minority MPP in Parliament. It is about him. It is about him, his relationship with the Chief Justice, and how they will do everything possible to stay relevant. That's all. So it is a coordination. It's a collaboration. It is just this collaboration between himself and the Chief Justice, because they have behind the scenes friendship that is too tight for them to oversee a legitimate process. So they are so close to the point whereby the Chief Justice cannot see Afenyomakin embarrassed. So she would rather embarrass the court. She will embarrass the Supreme Court than to embarrass Afenyomakin, who organized her father's funeral in his house for her. This is where Ghana is now. This is where we are. Funny enough, this is where we are. This is a joke. This is a comedy. This is like 2-year-old kids managing a country. And because of the greed, because of the childishness and foolishness of an MP who feels too big, who thinks he's bigger than everybody, who is so stupid not to understand simple things, today the whole democracy that we respected, this filthy, dirty Afenyomakin has embarrassed the Chief Justice to the point whereby a circuit court, in fact, what do we call a magistrate court judge today will look at the Chief Justice and laugh. The Chief Justice is now a laughing stock. The Chief Justice is now a comedian. We are all laughing at the Chief Justice. Now it is clear that the Chief Justice is not there to apply the law. The Chief Justice is in the Supreme Court to do politics. That's what we are in now. This is the embarrassment. And we were advising Tokonu that put your selfish interest aside, put your personal hatred towards a political party or individuals, and be the Chief Justice Ghana wants. Today you are being the Chief Justice Ghana does not need. Today a magistrate court judge will be sitting in their home and laughing at you because you have chosen party over you being the Chief Justice. This is embarrassing. There's nothing you can do to redeem your image. You are done. I thought the worst Chief Justice we had was Enini Yeboah. After it was alleged that he took $5 million, till date he has not come out to say it was true or it wasn't. I thought we were going to be better. You are worse. You have made the Chief Justice position look so weak, so flimsy, so weak, so easy to break, because you have lowered the standard. Today, young people like us are questioning the Chief Justice because the Chief Justice has even failed to understand that her jurisdiction ends at a point. She does not even know it's where it ends because she has allowed party. Osono Mame has allowed party to drag her in shit. Afenyomakin, the NPP as a political party, they smell of shit. If you allow yourself, if you grab them, if you hug them, you'll be smelling of shit. And that is what we are seeing today. The Supreme Court smells of shit because we have allowed politics to infiltrate, politics to hug our judges. No matter what the Chief Justice you do from Wednesday, it will still not change the status. You have embarrassed yourself. If I win power tomorrow as the president, I will sack you. I will use this to sack you because you have even overstepped your boundaries. You are becoming too powerful. You are becoming a tyrant. Out of pain, anger, and greed, out of hatred for some people, you have overstepped your boundaries. You have neglected the core responsibilities that makes you the Chief Justice. You have to reason beyond politics. You are not reasoning beyond politics. You are doing cheap politics. You are licking the butt of a dead president. You are sitting there and making young fools in parliament come to you and drag all that you have built into mud. Today, your whole credibility is in the mud because young people, young lawyers, ordinary Ghanaians can see through you that you have no credibility left. You are doing cheap party politics. You cannot redeem yourself. You are done. You cannot redeem yourself, madam. Osono Mame, you are done. And you sit there as just a symbol. But nobody will give you that respect. You will force yourself, you will not earn it. Respect is earned. And it's through your actions, it's through your diligence, it's through your patience, it's through your neutrality. It is through you understanding the ethics of your job. You have swallowed all these things in the name that you hate a political party, you hate a former president, you don't like a group of people. You don't have the heart to accommodate Ghanaians at the Supreme Court. Your heart is too it is skewed. You are not genuine. You cannot sit or preside over a case and be honest. Afenyomakin has destroyed everything that you have built. Ghana as a nation today has the worst Supreme Court Chief Justice in our history. Today, everybody is making mockery of you. We are laughing at you. We see you to be a Chief Justice who can be bought easily. As we sit here, because of party politics, because of tribe, because of pettiness, we don't even know who a Ghanaian is. All because you took a path that was good for you, but not for the people. You cannot even tell me who is a Ghanaian. All because of greed, all because you think a foolish old man in the Jubilee House is going to make you powerful. No, we are the people. The power we entrusted you makes you powerful. The gods on the land, our support, the belief we have in you will make you powerful. It is not a foolish man sitting at the Jubilee House. You don't even know who a Ghanaian is. You sit in Ghana and you are proud of it. Are you a Ghanaian? What makes you a Ghanaian? This is cheap. You have cheapened yourself. You have cheapened that thing you wear. You have cheapened that court. Because honorable men and women have gone through that, and we have seen how diligently they conducted themselves. But what you are doing here is a joke. Maybe nobody is bold enough to tell you. I will tell you in your face, because you are old enough to understand that the democracy of this nation is important than a stupid parliamentarian or a stupid president. That is why we gave you everything. Why are you turning Supreme Court into Makola? Why are you turning it into some shopping center? Anybody enters there, pick whatever they want and walk away. Since you came into office, this foolish group in parliament calling themselves NPP minority, every single day they run to Supreme Court and they get what they want. If you want to adapt them and let them fool themselves. But you cannot, because we the taxpayers are taking care of you. You need to serve us, not a political party. Who are you? Are you a Ghanaian? Can you explain to me whether you're a Ghanaian or not? Because of cheap politics. Because you people want to open your mouth and lick the butt of an 78-year-old man who will die soon. You eat his shit because you want power. See how embarrassed you are. See, you allow these people the respect we had for the Supreme Court. Today, anyone can criticize the Supreme Court because of the way you conduct yourself. There's no respect again. You have cheapened the whole Supreme Court. You were the same person I sat on my platform to say, make a difference. I remember that day. I sat here and said, you were going to be better than Enini Boy. You are the worst Chief Justice. And I swear to God, if you make your time, some way, somehow, you will be kicked out. Because you have denigrated the court. How do you read your law? How do you understand the law? How do you interpret the law? Why are you so quick to let fools come to the Supreme Court to misbehave? The Supreme Court does not belong to a political party or a president. It belongs to we the people. So why are you making a family and friends project? Let's stop this, madam. You are an embarrassment. You need to apologize to Ghanaians. You need to apologize to your pastor. If your pastor is honest enough and is not entertaining your hypocrisy, you need to go before your church, strip yourself naked and tell them you are sorry, because you have sinned before man and sinned before God. The hypocrisy in your heart will not give you peace. Why? The whole country lifts a whole Supreme Court and give to you. You swear by the Bible and you eat with the devil. What kind of life is this? You swear by the Bible and eat with the devil. What kind of life is that? You know yourself. Look in your heart. The hypocrisy, it kills men. Now, let's go to the United States of America. 7:51, good timing. Now, the US government, America, if your man come to Ghana, no, and America for the letter Abremo. The American government, through the US Embassy, Ghana, the krata bi abeto abontina krata ni more ding. The king can krata no ma kire eyeswamefo. The US Embassy in the history of the Republic of Ghana e bin sida. And the American government the krata bre Ghana for se monjina monkenkan asema ye ka kire mu ni ebi nsi da. It is only under the leadership of Akufo-Addo. Ebi nsi da. And this letter should tell you Ghanaian now and say the whole world, they have been watching us, especially the United States. The intelligence the US government or Ghana no counterpart does not have. So when they write a letter to give to Ghanaians and say, hey, you people, the democracy that you have protected, democracy that Kwame Nkrumah mo fighting for, John Mahama mo Atanos mo nyina be fighting for no, it is on the brink. Democracy is hanging on a thin line, and they are worried because they don't want to look. They don't just want to sit back and watch. They are seeing that there are some people in Ghana who are basically not ready to protect your democracy. They are worried for you. Because now US so many problems, more problem, and so I'm going to because now US don't they have problems? They have problems, but you fools come to them for money. So it means if they have a problem, your problem is bigger than theirs because they can solve their problem. How about you? For Jimmy, what the US government is telling you. Said the American government, they like Ghana so much because so what's the deal? We have so many US embassies around Africa, but for them to take their time to say we need to advise you people on this, we need to send this caution. This letter is not a warning, it's a caution. And when it's caution, you can take it, and when you take that caution very well, it can help you avoid any disaster ahead of you. So they are not threatening Ghana, they are cautioning Ghanaians. They are nicely letting us understand that our country not everybody in Ghana, people with power or without power, likes to see us move forward as a nation with our democracy intact. So this letter, it concerns you. It should tell you something. In the history of Ghana, Bibi Sansida, and when we see things like this, or see because I can tell you in authority, the US government, they have more intelligence than the Ghana government or Ghana, and it's a fact. The omnimo how they take their time to analyze yene assassin. We don't have that time because yene bre pajamas and the air model into we don't have the time. So they have been our partners for a long time. In fact, Upekura Omabua Ghana financially for years. The US has been there for Ghana. Majority of our funds, our money, China, the US have been our bedrock from day one until China came in with this illegal money. So we need to understand the United States, they have been there for us for years and they are still there for us. They protect us home and away. And they have been close to Ghana, and we have formed this alliance with them. They would love us to have good democracy, good country, protect this nation. They will also want to keep their country intact so that we can all do business together as two countries. So there's nothing bad about what they are doing. They are trying to let you know that the little they have done, this is what they have seen. Into more swamino, more Ghana no muntie mamindjum. Letter na US for Ediabano eni egigim. And Nanado Dankwe Akufo-Addo also a lawyer. John Dramani Mahama on call law school or the president for 4 years, 3 months. US government did not see the need to write a letter on election day or a week or 40 days to election. The US government, no superpower wrote a letter to us because there was nothing like we have a president who is unpredictable. There was nothing like we have a government that is unpredictable. There was nothing like we have a government that can kill its own people and laugh. Now we have gotten to that point where the US, the Europeans will be following suit. They have done their checks and they know that we are living with people. In fact, people we are giving power to who are dangerous to this country. Now, omeletano etiripono enie. Visa restriction policy on undermining democracy in Ghana. US for embassy of Ghana through the State Department. Omacho letter abre Ghana say almost say visa omo de tabono ebeto nipakuo bi so a eni say mo visa mo free Ghana every say omo ni say sa nipakuo fo no omo no ya nhwe ne ya omo be say kebi mami kebi no mo dwane. For now omo ma edin bia Almost say almost the embrabi to wa nipa kuobia omo Ghana omo show mu omo bo mu tirim po say ye kebi mami kebi no omo be say no obi ani wa oba be fa abeji visa abewurem akọ US omo say omo ni da fom asem we etipo no kwa o say ma we yem hyehyew na ye den that means say omo ka kire okasa kwa mu say ye wo nipa bi a omo aban mu omo wo Ghana omo tumi a omo imagine say omo be say mo man no we nya grow we eye gigim be so to my NPP o ya boa na mamen dwedwam mamen kan krata no na eye Ghana ye nyina ye hu US for chura brofo no so be steady abrofo no plain and straight think away statement way if the Ghana government when they bank account to be kind and the article 17 of the constitution has declared and the substrate that be way US for ti brofo no emu da ho teacher kofi mu nyina atiase. The United States and press statement Anthony J. Blinken, Secretary of State, on the letter we buy. On an insashasye, your friend Anthony J. Blinken, Secretary of State, October 28, 2028. On an insashasye, intenya letter wa. That's your US Department of State. US Department of State. Enye letter wa. Sa colorway a hunisa na enye obi na wobi omo special paint bi no ma mix o menya colorway unta nya ne sa keke omo tena ho e na omo di we abrɛw. Now omo say the United States is committed me benya abotre dwudwam men rush no ye wie ne apon. The United States is committed to supporting and advancing democracy in Ghana and around the world. Omo say US United States omo de ade do makoma so say eye kebi ma min kebi a eye de ebo nkuro ho ban ebo nipa ho ban e wo wiase afa na nyina no eye ade a eda makoma so yendwudwam. The Department of State is announcing a new visa restriction policy today that will restrict US visas for any individual responsible for undermining democracy in Ghana. Almost say and omudi tudwa ama Ghana fo nyina ye president obia atiase se eye US ekuro ene aban no almost say omudi eye emra bi to a nipakuo bi a omabo omutimu po se kebi ma min kebi e wo Ghana omobetiem ase no ama Ghana kuro no abo during this election no sa nipakuo no omudi emra bi to se sa nipakuo no enya ade a omobema omkwan e ma obeji visa abewura eye US omobetena Ghana enya ade omo be pene ema saa mu nipa no efri Ghana aba US. Now omo ko mi say this policy will take effect in advance of Ghana's presidential and parliamentary elections scheduled to take place December 7, 2024. Omo se sambra we omo de ahye no omo de ato afiti ne ya kopelsi e beto aba ne ato aba kora wie enti anya se debi mra omo so omo hye ne from enne nipa kobi omo Ghana ewo tumi ewo aban mu ewo eye tumi a omo tumi ti Ghana ehyehyɛ mra ma nyoma bemu no omo se enne omo de mra eto ho se o tumi wo Ghana na wa adwene se Ghana kebi ma min kebi no o pese odi koti kwan bi sei no omo aye omo hwehwemu aye omo research omo wo intel omo nya ready so omo be share ba omo di nka abo obi akokɔ nipa kobi omo Ghana omo wo tumi omo abagye so omo be sei Ghana tumi ni betuma free EC 2 minutes between free Jubilee House, 2 minutes between free Finance Ministry, 2 minutes between free National Security, 2 minutes between free the Ghana Army, a between free the Ghana Police, a between free anybody who has power or say, Oma yomo juma ayomo dia investigations who say nipa bia ya oma dwene. Na omo catch Ghana for some of them bia to 15 ne. E kopem se be to aba na to aba na wie. Sa nipa ko bia obeye no ho ke obi ani wo free Ghana ye nyira betinam mana hye. Yan to aso na mindwudwam. Team, are you still with me? Now, young queen, US for no age. This visa restriction policy would apply only to specific individuals who undermine democracy and is not directed at Ghanaian people nor the government of Ghana. When you find a diplomatic statement, almost say. Samra na omashe no mra bia sebio apply to nipakuo bi almost samra no mra bia apply only this policy would apply only to specific individuals. Or see, saa mbra we omahye na omde ato na omo say omde bedi dwuma no. Nipa kuo bi pa na efa omo ho. Na sebio enye Ghana mine nkoa ene sebio Ghana fo nkoa na form ho. It means say o ka kire o say wodi bone wo Ghana, o say Ghana fa bi ma kebia untumi nko Togo because homo US embassy ho enkofa onko US. Untumi nko Benin enko embassy wo nko say okoji visa ako US. Untumi nko Ivory Coast. Untumi nko in fact the Sub-Saharan Africa ha US embassy wo say okoji visa ako America. Into omo say sa emra we no nipa ku bi na omo hwe omo pa wo Ghana na ensanya Ghana fo nko a etrem. That means our borders baby a US embassy borders wo your borders are US embassy wo nyina e ka ho. Into to me can say oh say Ghana democracy during the election, after the election, and then go to Togo and go seek for visa and fly to the US, or go to Ivory Coast, go to Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, or go to like no. Almost say enye Ghana nkoa omatrim restriction no e cover the peripheries no eso pa yenjujum. Almost say Ghana has achieved 3 decades of democratic elections and the peaceful transfer of power between parties, a record to be proud of and a model to cherish. Brofo na mebe kire no. Se broni kan sem we ya na otwe wadwene esi bibi so. O se Ghana kebi mamin kebi no eba eye kebi mamin kebi a yenya kebi mamin kebi asesa aban beye emfie duasa. Na omo ni say Ghana eye kebi mamin kebi ya somwa besim pempensuwe yi o kan wasem obeso o kire wo say from Kwame JJ Rawlings time ye to aba bedru ende no yenya emre bia ye beto aba nipa bia o madwene so mo be say democracy no na emom de ende de mo democracy ni ambo ho ban a from ende no yenya democracy ni biom enti sa kasa we sa wo kire statement ema a diplomatic statement that these are the kind of language you use. Anytime menya would say judjoba chiro. Into omo kan abakwasem. Se montwa mo ni hwe mo chi. Da ban na aban bi ba so a ye ne US ya cho letter mpo abekasa asem we bi da. Se na aban ba so monya kebi mami kebi abesi ha empempensuo we. It means say from your past no it has been good. But we are telling you say now it is not safe. Make sure brofo mature comprehension, mature how to understand. So obi show diplomatic statement and make sure no. I'm say the United States readiness, a record to be proud of and a model to cherish. The United States readiness to impose visa restrictions if circumstances warrant is an example of our support for the aspiration of all Ghanaians for a peaceful, transparent, and credible electoral process that reflects the will of the people. Brofo, very important. I say, at the Kudientia, US, Eddie Samra, we better want to say, omo pese omo bo ye kebi mamin kebi ho ban during election way send ye be conduct elections no ene sebio emu be da ho fine ena sebio eye process no obi enchiti obi mbu obi emu be da ho krogen se ne be ya e den asumdwe beba se ne be ya nipa omo wo Ghana no de omo pe ene be si tie omo se adekodi enti omo to no emra we be to no nyina ne se omo pese ye to aba and the will of the people should be what will prevail. It almost say when the will of the people do not or does not prevail, there's a problem. In this nipa bi wa aban nipa bi di manim no ma imagine say the majority of the people say omo pe John Mahama omo pe NDC na say nipa bi wa aban nipa bi wa EC nipa bi wa national security nipa bi wa military nipa bi wa Jubilee House no omo say omo otumi omo pe so omo tie ma US if one catch omo say that will not be accepted because the will of the people is the will of God. Into the end nipa ne pano and it's omo ka say I say election emu ye korogen yeah Obanyansafo yebuni be o kan nkrema o se oba kemi e kemi be kese obanyansafo yebuni be yen kan asem oba kemi e kemi be yan to aso nkrafo dem kan monka obukwa asem firi so now okwa asia wa second paragraph ye dwudwam unye bi obebia e ya hankoa na obenya we enti dem kan say show no de ehia enti na Ghana mpenifo ne nkwara ne mpenifo obi ahwe yenya time ne dwudwam. Now the second paragraph says this. All right, Mr. P. Mr. S. Good. The visa restriction policy is pursuant to Section 212A, 3C of the Immigration and Nationality Act and allows the Department of State to implement visa restrictions for individuals believed to be responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Ghana, including through the manipulation, including Mame Fani Biona Hanede, I know say inkukum, Mame Fani Biom. I do when I'm who is supposed and who rough. I had a good for the people, and I'm straight. Brand Champomo, who rough. The visa restriction policy is pursuant to Section 212A, 3C of the Immigration and Nationality Act and allows the Department of State to implement visa restrictions for individuals believed to be responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Ghana, including through the manipulation or rigging of the electoral process, the use of violence to intimidate, coerce, or prevent people from exercising their right to freedom of association and peaceful assembly, the use of measures designed to intimidate, coerce, or prevent political parties, representatives, voters, or members of civil society or the media from voicing or disseminating their views or engaging in any other activity designed to improperly influence the conduct or outcome of an assembly ever de assembly nyina na ha na show assembly na make US for nsem yesi broni obema aduane ayeda cheese no de hye mfimfin ene na nkranfo kan over bemi broninyo cheese ebomi o si aduane broni bema aduane ayeda o de cheese de hye mfimfin akosi broni fe efu de komi edo bomi no cheese I just say broni se aduane be da o de cheese de hye mfimfin o be the cheese na be hye cheese na ha na hye o si mo de munim de eba NPP nka munja aba no na monka se Ghana fo ye nyina ye se pe NDC mo me enko yenim munim de esi abrofo na se mo ka nyina se emra emo mo kwan na samra no ye fe no eye restriction policy, the visa restriction policy no omo frɛ no Section 212A 3C of the Immigration and Nationality Act o se emo mo kwan se nipa bia wa na adwene se aba ye beto no Ghana ye be bobo aba obesesa aba no ye beto aba obetata nipa ye beto aba obe prevent nipa from se omoto aba ye beto aba obefa koti kwan bi so ahye nipa bi so ye beto aba omo mmra so omo ka aba no ho asem se ye beka omo kasabo ahye omo eyem omo asebio omo pese omo kire omo adwene a ye beka omo adwene ahye omo tirim omo a ye betata omo a ye betwituo abo omo tuo omo a omo ti omo kurase a ye di police fo obekwa gina omo so omo won kwan se omo hwe aba no se emuda ho a ye beka se omo ntena fie e de etuo betata omo sebio Ghana fo a nipa bi be o magye se omo dada omo magye eye emraboni bi atum ababoni bi atum US for aban say nipa bi a wo Ghana obebo no hu musuo and the US no e kire sa nipa no oni US no eko omo say omo mpene ne omo mpene china omo mpese de see 2020 the BBC wo Ghana if you say whether you like it or not US omo property wo Ghana upeu omo ewe japade wo Ghana 2020 de ko no mu huye. They saw the news, they investigated it, they know what happened. Almost says, so why are you po? What about Trimu po? Say, O pesa with the bonnie. O pesa, O can the public cast of washo me, O tata ni pebi, even civil societies on pesa mokasa, and say Franklin Kujomo, O pesa O tata omo, et say a yede asepamo, et say omo itum wesos on mecano cre, et say a yede ni pebia omo cano cre, Ghana phobia person kotua bar, what be Ginomos say, omuntu ni say. Nipa bia odi tuwa ko gina omo so ubotuo uhye nsuogu nipa so wo isia odane aba electoral commissioner wakoji sika odane aba omo se musio kaun na so muso wumu osi emusi ewiase enya wode. The United States is the biggest, the most powerful nation on this planet. And I say it with all the joy. The US has its own problems, but the US is not selfish. As much as they have their own problems, they are still looking out for people. And people like Ghana, a country like Ghana, the US is not selfish to ignore Ghana for Ghana to go through this kind of tyranny. They are not saying by force, to Abako say, they are just telling people who will be leading this election that do the right thing. The will of the people is the most important thing. Into the US as a country is looking, is watching. And I mean, before the United States of America ever release a letter saying, no, I had investigations in United elections. No, I had research in United elections. No, I had research in United form Hydros on Bukunipa. No, I had investigations in Nipa one national security on some deep money. Why had investigations in our communications or telephone cover or BBR. But Bibinti and a sofo a preachy. Na Obaba na him was sorry them or you need to sorrow. Until say Bibi Beka Papa and your prede. Into more my margin is on those people who have these intentions of committing some crazy chaos to win elections. You have been warned. Nobody should come around later and say this was never said. This letter should not be treated lightly. This is a straight caution to protect our democracy. And this is coming from the most powerful nation on the planet. Whether you like it or not, it's your own problem. Abrofo kra echa US visa baha. Abrofo echa US lottery. It shows how powerful the United States is. It might have its own problems, but you cannot take away their superpower from them. Me say, bro, ni kratini krum epe US lottery eba America. It should tell you something. It has its own problems, but it is big enough to take care of everybody. Obanyansa for ebuni be den kana sem. Letter no ne kra no de etwatwo no enie. Certain family members of such persons may also be subject to these restrictions. Persons who undermine democracy in Ghana, including in the lead up to, during, and following Ghana's 2024 elections, may be found to be ineligible for visa under this policy. Almost say, Munipa na moya ma adwiri mu pose mo bebo sa abra no, mo ma ene mo yire no kura no, sambra we ekamo. Obi di se Brian Champon a otumi send tags ekobotuo, ya se wo yire ne wo ma. Oba na oti US ano. US government ni maybe otiwo. Enti asem mo amabo mutiri mu po. Sa mo be se Ghana na mo se Ghana ene mo nchime na mo yire ne mo mba na betena abrochire e de se osono maame abeto dan wo New Jersey no. The US government say or catch them say sa emra we ehye ene hye yire ene mo mba. Don't think say wona wudi bone no o yire ne wo mba betena America. Nobody ye betinam. Enti opaniye a yenye niye. So open here and they be mia won